naked.
He draws naked ladies. He does do that. He does do that. Oh, really? Yeah. At least we're supporting a good cause.
What is up? What is up? What is up? How we doing? Hopefully you guys are having a good Saturday afternoon. We are back at it. Best Bet Live coming to you today with a 2-5 No Limit Hold'em Deep Stack cash game. Unfortunately, we were not able to get the 10-25 game going, but we were able to get the 2-5 going today. So still a live stream for you guys. Hopefully you guys are doing well. You got myself, Ryan, also known as Country, joined by Mike Anderson. We gotta come up with a nickname for you, Mike. Wait, what's your Twitch handle? What do you go
Vulcan.
by? Vulcan, yeah. So cool with calling you the Vulcan, right? So
that's fine, yeah.
All right, there we go. So yeah, we got the Vulcan, got Mike in the production box today, and soon it's kind of like a farewell tour today, with this being my last day. So you know who's going to be joining.
Go too.
I appreciate it, but joining me on commentary shortly will be the one and only Adonis in just a few minutes here. But yeah, couldn't think of it any better way to have a final live stream with you all than commentating with my boy Adonis here. So here we are. We got a double board No Limit Hold'em bomb pot going here. And we got a Jack 5-4 top board, 9-8-6 bottom. Luke, set of 5s on the top board, and he's got a gutter on the bottom, so he's got a piece of both boards. Carlos, meanwhile, set of 9s on the bottom board. So, case 9 actually on the bottom board. Felipe, open-ended on the bottom board. Now we bowed up on the bottom for Carlos and Luke. Set of 5s is still way good. Carson drawing dead with just a pair of jacks on the top and really a gutter on the bottom.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what the river is.
Yeah.
A 10 might roll out on that bottom.
Yeah. If it does, it's not going to be good. Meanwhile, Luke, that's 265 here.
Sir, how was dinner yesterday? You good? Yeah, where'd you guys go?
Miller, across the street.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
Carlos going to call. Of course, again, he has the bottom board locked up with the boat. And Carson's going to get out of there. So here we are under the river. It's a 10 up top and a king on the bottom. You were talking about that 10.
Right? It just fell into the wrong.
Yeah, wrong board. But even then, Carson was already out of the hand. But we're going to boat this up. We're going to chop this up. Boat for Carlos on the bottom. Set of 5s up top. Carlos going to bet 550. Luke. Again, set of 5s, Rainbow. Again, he has the top board. And he's just going to go all in. Carlos calls, and we're just going to chop this up. But yeah, again, appreciate you guys being with us and hanging out with us. Earl, what's up, man? Yeah, appreciate it. I know a lot of people have been asking if I'll be coming back into the room and stuff like that and everything. I may. Not 100% sure yet, though. I know like my next few weeks are going to be very, very busy coming up as far as what I got going on with my future endeavors and everything. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll try to swing by here at some point.
Step in and play on one of the 2-2 streams.
Maybe. That would be fun if I signed up for one of the 2-2 streams on like a Friday or a Saturday or something. Be a very short stay for me, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, good luck, man. You got what, 3 different conventions?
Yeah, with my artwork, merch, apparel that I do and everything, stuff like that. Yeah, I got 3 conventions coming up. Next weekend down in Miami, and then the week after that will be here in Jacksonville for an event called Bold Matsuri for all the Jacks locals that know what that is. And then the week after that will be down in Orlando. So, yeah, 3 busy weeks coming up for me. Pretty excited for it.
And wishing you all the success.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Very much so. But yeah, this is like I said. Also, this is like our last live stream for the month of May. obviously, is tomorrow, June 1st already. Wow. Yeah, already close to being halfway done with 2025. And then
It's funny, the older I get, the shorter the years get.
yeah, I'm right there with you. Listen, I'm turning 42 in October, and yeah, I've been feeling that for a minute now. Just like time just going so quick now with everything.
I will take. You're gonna do the big blind.
I get it.
I will take the Knicks plus 15, and then you hold it. Like you keep going down there. We don't know. But I will take Indiana minus 15, or I will take the Knicks plus 15. Now you can say that I want to take the Knicks plus 10. It's 20 to you, Jay.
Well, there's a 6 on that one.
And you're forcing me to do Indiana minus 11. And then we negotiate.
What I want to show
is fantastic.
bottom pair maybe. I don't know if I feel that.
I'm going. My first base, I take the
Action Checkers taking a little break there.
You can either like
Yeah, it's
or you get to make it.
kind of tough right now on the action tracker. It was having a few connection issues at the start, but looks like we're basically good with everything right now at the moment. Like, I mean, it'll take it a minute. We did have to restart it.
Threshold is for each person. Like, now that you have Indiana minus 9 and hold. Just do you guys. Indiana minus 15. Okay, if you want. Job is.
Yeah, like, I guess that's the good news there too. The hand that we lost was just a chop. So
Wait, did I hit the button? No, you didn't hit the button. I didn't hit the button. What I got? What I got? What's up? He's trying to put a soccer game on. You don't have to. You can just rolled all the way to it and didn't actually hit okay. Put the game itself on. So I'm just looking at the menu.
Earl says everybody 22. You're nah, I'm not. No, there's no shot. You're not near 60 years, Earl. There's no way. I don't believe that for your second.
Or do I want?
I say you're in your early 50s, man.
So I will take.
Also, Steve, what's up? Good to see you, like always. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for hanging out.
Say what?
All right, yeah, again, like I said, just give us a minute here. The action tracker, unfortunately, like I said, it did lag out, so we had to restart it here. So
Enjoy this more than the.
give it a minute.
Heads up.
Looks like we're heads up here
5 and the 6. DC called. Everybody else called.
with Don and Felipe. No, he goes by FJ in the room.
I don't know. So you're gonna take Knicks plus 6.
So we're at the turn now. So Don's ace still in the lead at the moment.
Check. What was the line you were thinking? Well, my first offer was Knicks plus 15.
King on the river. So Don's ace is going to be good, but I wonder if Felipe.
Knicks plus 8.
No, he's just going to check it. Doesn't try to decide to take a stab and bet at it. Don is going to go ahead and bet. And Felipe going to let it go. So Don's going to scoop this one up.
I will take.
Should be fun, of course, you know. Last live stream for me personally, but Don, of course, you know, always a fixture on our live stream. Because anytime he is on our live stream, 5% of his earnings go to a lucky viewer.
Yep. Any live stream game you can play. That's right. Button gets priority as well.
Yeah, that always
Oh, this is the gentleman you were talking about.
Yep. Yeah.
Straddle.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you know Don. You've seen Don before in our room. Seat 6 for us, seat 5 for you guys, and the what is that? Like orangish, like pinkish orange shirt.
The camo hat.
Yeah. Yeah, the one and only Don E.
Raise it up. $40 and 6, 7, 8, 10 of them. What? One is good. Nicely done.
Why does the line keep going down and down?
We're negotiating it. Buttons are up.
It is going to be a busy night tonight here at this Axe Room for sure.
It is. It is. All 3 rooms actually. $1,000 high hands going every 30 minutes until midnight tonight. Plus, of course, later on the Clockwork Cash giveaway is happening as well.
Right, and that starts in, what, just under 2 hours?
And we don't know what the actual line
Yep.
is.
6 p.m. start for that. As always, guys, you can always check the website as well, bestbetjacks.com, for all the details.
Where's our free water and drinks?
I demand it now.
You said Nick plus 5?
Okay.
Yeah.
I was the only one that.
Looking at a lot of activities coming up over the next few weeks.
Yep. Of course, Poker Atlas Tour happening over at Best Bet St. Augustine. Windfall Weekend making its return for the month of June as well as a Clockwork Cash giveaway. So, yeah, the promotions and everything's still going on. I know a lot of our clientele, a lot of our, player base does head out to Vegas with WSOP going on, starting up and everything like that, as well as, Kirk the Cooler is going to be on his way out to Vegas beginning tomorrow, actually. Going to be out there for the week. But yeah, it's going to be, of course that's what's going to be happening with all that. But again, still going to be a lot of things happening with our locations as well. And again, you can check out the website, bestbetjacks.com. Has all those details for you.
Don was going to say that, but he didn't. See what happens.
All right, pocket deuces. Don, go ahead and put in the raise to 40 with the straddle on. Gene pocket fives. I am glad that it's a pretty talkative table right now. That part I am very happy about.
Right.
All right, so we are at the flop. Looks like we're heads up here with Don and Gene. And it's an ace-high flop, and Gene's going to go ahead and bet after Don checks to him, and Gene's going to go ahead and take it down. Not the greatest flop for deuces. Nope. So Gene going to take it down. But yeah, again, like I said, we were scheduled to have that 10-25. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get that going, but still able to get this 2-5 deep stack going today for you, as getting things going with the stream. That's why it was kind of a little bit of a late start as well in getting it going, but I'm just glad we were able to get a stream going for you guys today, though. And curious if you guys know, beginning in June, the stream schedule is going to be changing up. It's going to be Fridays and Saturdays only moving forward, beginning in the month of June.
Yeah, got busy times coming up. Nationwide, from what I'm gathering from you.
Yeah.
Just getting into the world of streams and stuff like that. I'm not familiar with what's going on nationwide.
Yeah. I mean, as you get more acclimated with like the room stuff and everything, and like just seeing what else is happening with like a bunch of other rooms and everything, and also like getting to know the player base a bit more and things like that, you start learning like some of the things that they're looking out for and stuff. So definitely been a lot of different elements, but I mean, once you get used to it, it's easy. So right now, what's easy here is Carlos has a pair of sevens, is technically in the lead here. And we are at the river, and the ace does come, so how about 2 pair for Carlos? I mean, already ahead with the pair of sevens, and why not make it official with the 2 pair? Don was trying to chase a gutter, but did not end up coming. I guess same with Luke, actually, too. Luke also was gutted. But Carlos, yep, going to go ahead and bet. Don's going to let it go, and now let's see what Luke elects to do here with his fives. Pretty hefty bet. For Carlos, too, went basically pot-sized bet. It's going to fold around. Carlos going to take it down.
She didn't believe him.
Maybe he's looking for me to say something.
That'd be wrong. I knew you don't have it. You don't really know that. You just maybe think that's
But yeah, again, appreciate you guys being with us. Like what you're watching, like what you're seeing. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell notification for whenever we do go live. That way you never miss any of the action. So I do know we got some 2-2 streams coming up next month. We got some more mixed games happening, some high stakes action as well. Pretty good balance as far as the type of live streams that we do offer.
And if you're interested, make sure you head to the website and let us know.
Yeah, you can sign up for the any of our live stream games on the website as well. Take a look at the schedule, see which one fits you, and then just sign up and request a seat there. Our card room manager, Sage, will let you know where you'll be at on the list, whether you'll be on the starting 8 or maybe the first alternate or 2 in case someone does not show up. We always suggest and recommend just showing up anyway, because yeah, I know sometimes you do. We get some no-shows or anything, stuff like that, and hey, that opens up opportunities for you to take that seat,
Right.
so.
And you can enjoy a game while you wait.
Exactly. Well, what we're not going to enjoy here is a potential chop between Carlos and Carson.
It's looking like it's going to go that way, though.
Yeah, not a lot happening here. Checking around everything. Curious to see if anyone does decide to try to fire a bet here. That's probably just going to go check. And it does. Chop it up. Not true, Steve. Not true. I mean, listen, sometimes, we've had the same consistent schedule as far as Thursday, Friday, Saturday streams go for the past 3 years. Sometimes it's good to change it up. And the one thing that I've always said, too, is, hey, less is more.
It can be, for sure.
Straddle.
Take 10 more minutes.
Hold that full 1. Full 2. 35 and 3. Full 4, 6.
The whole time I was checking that hand, I was like, this is so boring.
Button. So we're actually going to see what extra line was. See how far we're off.
I would get Pacers minus 6.5.
You got the better end. Indiana minus 3.5. So you got the advantage. It's true.
All right, so let's keep it going here. Looks like we got a straddle. Looks like they've been doing a lot of straddles lately, which is kind of interesting that they're doing the straddle, because I know sometimes on our 2-5 streams, straddle becomes 10 or everything, so essentially it becomes like a 2-5-10 stream. And a lot of people are just like, well, let's just go ahead and change it to a 5-10 game, make it a time rate game since there's already a straddle in play. Make it 5-10. I wonder if we'll get to that point. I know a lot of this table does prefer maybe 5-10, but we'll see.
Well, some of these players have signed up for the 10-25.
Yeah, 5 of them were on here for the 10-25, but seeing that they were only 5-handed, I know, and we discussed it beforehand and everything, which, again, this is why we took a little bit longer getting started than normal. We did drop it down to 2-5 to try to entice some more players to come and make it a full game, which it worked. We got 3 more players to come in and play, which are Luke there, which I know Luke will play 5-10 as well. Gene, our new friend sitting upside down there, and then Felipe goes by FJ in the room as well in the 8 seat. Those are our 3 other players that came in to make it a solid 2-5 game.
And once they get warmed up, if they're doing well, then who knows?
Sure. Yeah, it's a lot of time. I mean, we've had plenty of streams where we've changed it midway.
As soon as the matchups came out, and the line was what it was,
It definitely happens.
I thought they had a good chance of throwing one out. I didn't think they would. 3, 4, 6. 3, 4, 6. 7, 8, 12 lanes. They ended up winning. They did end up folding, but
Yeah, they won by a huge. That's right.
So it looks like it's folding around after Johannes put in the raise with ace-4.
I think I got the Eagles. I don't know if it was plus 3.5 or if it was the score, or if it was 40, or if it was he was money line.
Oh, I know. Something like that. It's an absolute blowout. Yeah, you got like a huge return for.
Well, yeah, well, I got the initial bet there, and then then it blew that for 2 weeks. Like, oh man, I love to see. Everybody's jumping on that.
Yeah, so
You know, Theo and a couple others are having their eye on the
It goes up to 10 million now.
football game. a.k.a. soccer, that's going on right now.
Yeah, European football.
Yeah, European. Looks like it just came to an end,
Folks doing that.
if I'm seeing it correctly on our TV screen. We have a TV in our room, too. That TV, I'll let you know, Mike, that TV is in use quite a bit during the football season.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
But again, that was like for Thursday night football and stuff like everything too. And sometimes if we had like a Sunday tournament or whatever, the game would be up there. But yeah, that TV comes into use quite a bit. A pair of 8s, now 2 pair for Gene. He turns
That is the way I know that I think is the best way of going about it.
8-4, and that's an ace on the river. Gonna still good to hand the Gene. It does go check though, because that could have very well been a card that might have counterfeited Gene in that regard.
But yeah, I mean, like they're taking like 15% or something like that. But
All right, so
it's like the smallest margin.
got a dealer change coming up here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats and see how things are going so far. Not a lot of movement. Still very, very early, but yeah, look at the VPIPs. Yeah, Don the highest VPIP, 41% for him. Then the next batch of players, 25%. And then you got 4 players below 20. Ugh. But again, like I said, early start. A lot of things can change as you know, the night progresses and everything. And let's go ahead and take a look at those earnings. See, right now Carlos is up the most, but again, not a lot of movement. Everyone's still kind of condensed. Everyone's still kind of, you know, even-ish for the most part. Carson's stuck triple digits, but that's not anything to be super alarmed about. So, but yeah, first 30 minutes in the books, not a whole lot happening, but you know, like I said,
Little bit different from last night's game.
yes, yeah, very different with the PLO last night. But you know, I mean, like I said, super early. All right, bomb pot time. King, queen, deuce, top board. 10, 7, 6, bottom. Let's see. Luke has 27%. Don has 2 pair up top. King, queen. It's really all he has is a top board, but I don't think anyone else has really anything else. Johannes has a gutter on the bottom. He's out of there, and then a pair of 10s for Luke on the bottom board. So he also does have a gutter to Broadway on the top board. So he does have a piece of both boards.
Yeah, there's a potential there for sure.
Yeah, Luke bet 100. Don put in the raise, but Luke not going to chase it. So Don going to take this one down. Bomb pot Don.
Interesting.
I say that because Don hates bomb pots.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, absolutely. He'll play them for no limit, but when we do a time rate game, we allow the players to do, even if it's a no limit hold'em game, the time rate games, we do allow them to do like a PLO bomb pot because it's time rate. There's no jackpot being taken or anything like that. Don will not play those. Will not play those bomb pots. But the no limit bomb pots he'll play. He does not like them though. So anytime he does play a bomb pot and he wins, I'm like, bomb pot Don.
I'm staying at
I'm
Airbnb.
so glad I'm not staying in the same hotel. I mean, I'll get bits and pieces of you guys. No, I want to leave.
Straddle.
I got an Airbnb.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Then you got straddle.
And Don, 5 deuce. Don's got a little bit of profit now after that bomb pot hand. Ooh, Felipe pocket 10s. He's going to go ahead and put in the 3 bet. 110. And that's going to be it for that one. Don or Felipe scooping that one up. It's a 3 bet and take.
It'd be nice to see you do well. You know, me and my relationship with tournaments.
I mean, listen, Don did final table a tournament at one point. Just saying.
It's been like 7 years since I've been there.
We have proof of it.
I just can't say it's your first time, Adonis?
I have to prepare myself.
You have to get started.
Yeah, I would imagine that those tournaments can be quite the grind.
It's also just a different, animal compared to cash games too, because I mean, tournaments, you're doing nothing but playing premiums, and you have to be a lot more specific on, you know, what hands you're going to be bluffing with and things like that. It's definitely a much different thing. Decisions are more finite because, you know, if you bust out, you got to go back and rebuy back in and things like that.
Yeah, that's not Don's game. So that's why I'm there.
Whereas, you know, cash games, if you know, you could always constantly reload in cash, you know.
Book at the Venetian. Do you have double board single bomb pots? I'm trying to be better with them.
Ace 8 tray flop here, 2 hearts.
The regulars.
But it's definitely a much different like mentality you have to go into for tournaments.
No, they'll have good tournaments there, good cash games.
Yeah, I don't really know either.
Dano, what's up? Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you're doing well.
How's the weather out there in Arizona? I would imagine it's getting quite warm there.
And dry.
And dry.
And dry.
Yes!
Not forget that aspect. Warm and dry.
Taking the lead.
I do want to go out to Arizona at one point, though. I'm looking to see if maybe that might be an event I could do out there in Arizona. Try and take a trip out there. That'd be fun. I would.
You're up to 100.
$5 to go. Call 7.
All right, Gene, go ahead and put a call with ace deuce.
Dry and hot, fair enough.
Dry and hot.
40 total.
No, she decided she don't want to go. She was invited, and I had it set up for her and everything.
Luke put in the raise, and Gene gonna let it go. Luke gonna take this down.
I might be in a position to help you with the room for like 3 to 4 days of the 7 that I'm saying. I'm saying from the 5th through the 12th. 3 to 4
Yeah,
days.
see, I think as we were talking about, a lot of the players are heading out to Vegas. I think it's what Carlos and them are talking
The other
about,
ones,
is their potential Vegas trip. I was thinking about taking a trip out to Vegas, but it was going to be like around August
so
if I go out there. I'm not 100% sure, though.
I'll check on the 7.
See the whole summer?
10 to go. Fold 8 times. $30. And the one fold 2, 3. 30 to go. Fold 4, fold 6. 30 total. And it was 30 in the 1, and then call in the 7. Check. 50. 5-0. Call.
Now we're catching back up. We're already on the turn. 10-7-6-4.
Yeah, Gene hit top pair on the flop, top, but Carson's over pair with the kings is still the best. Oh, this could be bad. Since king's on the river, pot's already kind of throwing up again. It's already 400 in the middle. Gene basically committed, and yeah, Carson essentially just going to go ahead and go all in basically here.
725.
Basically puts Gene all in to call.
We'll optimize. I'll let you know what I got.
Pretty big over bet here on the river too. I mean, hearts missed. And Gene's going to be in the blend. It does put in the call, and yeah, Carson's going to get him here. Hashtag Carson Strong.
And he chipped in the 7.
Wait a minute, it rains in Arizona? That's a lie. I've never heard that before. I didn't know it rained in Arizona. What blasphemy is this?
Sure wasn't the next door neighbor's sprinkler.
Yeah. Any measurable rain on Monday, June 1st, will be the first time since the early 1800s. Wow.
That's crazy.
I just read that. I'm like, wait a minute. Rain in Arizona? I have never heard of that.
July 4th is a Friday.
Okay, the 5th is the last day of the 5 through
30
12.
and the 9 full 1.
July.
30 hunts.
Okay, so the 6th is the...
Seat 7's got 1,000 behind everybody.
Yeah, in my mind, I envision rain like it starts to fall, but then evaporates before it ever hits the ground. Kind of
Yes, exactly.
Fold 4.
Rebel comes in and says, hashtag let me win the giveaway. Because of that, you will not be winning the giveaway.
You don't know if you'll be.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Alright, we're heads up.
I mean, the thing is, the way I did it.
All right, let's see a flop here. Wow. King, king, 4 flop. David with 10s. Probably gonna bet. He does.
I don't know which flight I will play. So maybe I
Yeah, David bets and
first flight, so that's like on a Wednesday.
Don't do the
Don just gonna let it go.
last like the day 4. When I did it 2 years ago, it was 10-handed.
Live long enough, you learn all kinds of things. This is true.
It is very true.
You're all right, Steve.
Play day 2 goes directly into day 3.
Not all the things you learn you want to know, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely true, but it was 10.
That part.
Yeah, are you guys gonna play the main? Yeah, it was 2 in the day 3.
I think so. I'm not
Well,
100% sure.
so like you.
Carson, you gonna play with me?
You too? I saw that. It's a red news.
Not there yet.
A red number card.
Yeah. It bounced off the button.
Yes, he's right.
When you get two of those. You said a deuce. You lied to me.
It was a red
You
number
lied to
card.
me.
Didn't think it was a
4,
deuce,
9,
but
1, +2.
Kevin says HOA is probably tough out there in Arizona. Yeah, maybe. Oh, wow. Kings are running hot. Luke now wakes up with pocket kings.
And then if I bust, I go home.
Remember the last flop, there was 2 kings on there.
Alright, we are heads up.
All right, we're heads up here. Don put in the call with 8-7 off. So Luke well ahead here.
And I think that was the 4 of hearts that got used as the first burn card there.
Too strong of a flop here for Luke. Flops the boat. So he goes check, check. Now an ace on the turn. Luke hoping Don maybe has maybe an ace hand. 6 on the river. So yeah, Luke's not going to be able to get much of anything else outside of that. I mean, he's going to have to fire out some type of... No, he's going to check
I
it.
run hobby before me.
Yeah, and Don, of course, not with anything else. Just going to check it back.
Hey, Don, come on. Beat it.
Luke going to take that one down.
Cheryl says, Tiger says hi, y'all, from
Oh,
Vegas.
Tiger!
And Goons miss you.
Because he lives in Vegas. So
All the best to you.
Yeah, thank you, Tiger. Appreciate that. Enjoy your time out there in Vegas. Hopefully you do well.
I said, I'll tell you what. You play the main, I'll pay for your second.
Yeah, Tiger played it on last year before. Comes in our room quite regularly. Plays a lot of PLO in the room. But hopefully you're crushing it out there in Vegas.
For sure. Good luck to you. Come back with stories.
I don't even know when someone is not. We got that part of it.
Todd himself
He
told
said he
me that the
gets
satellites are
there
soft.
tomorrow, and he said he's staying there at least a week.
But
Full 2, 3, 4.
the question is that
35 and 6. He
And I
said
don't know the
if
answer
he
to
does well, he'll stay there longer.
is it more worth it
All right, Don's going to raise it up to 35.
to try to
Losing, then he'll
get it
Yeah,
safe,
10 and
but
8
play
suited
another
suited 1 gappers, we like to call those. A lot of ways a hand can connect with those type of, hands that you have there. And looks like this is a 5-5 queen, yeah, paired board. Queen 5-5 flop. Felipe 9s and 5s in the lead. 4 on the turn. The only Don can win this hand is with 10. Felipe gonna go ahead and bet, and Don's gonna let this go.
But what you could do is that like you're selling pieces for the main. You satellite in, then you get a free ticket. And you can sell those pieces. You get a free almost like a free rolling in.
Carlos just max gamble, do $1,000 flip.
Yeah, I also heard
That too. That sounds way more fun.
I think it sounds a lot
How do, Joseph? Welcome on into the chat. I hope you're doing well today.
Yeah, just good to see you. Also, Soko in the Facebook saying, Mean Gene, yeah. Gene on our table.
He's going to do the $1,000
Kind of helped getting the stream going once you change it to a 2-5. I like Gene. Gene's a good dude.
For some reason, I feel like
It really depends, like, what is. I mean, I honestly, like, if you can play a strong tournament someone else, that is probably
Full 3, 4, 6.
it's probably better. I mean, I assume the cell life structures are also, or maybe you can play some online cell lives. That might be. I don't know.
I would imagine live satellites are better than online in terms of like player
Good, but then they probably take much longer, so I assume you would have to play a seed to put it in.
All right, King, Jack 10 flop here.
So, like, again,
Carson with a king. David has a jack. And Johannes with nothing. Well, Johannes isn't in the hand now. I guess he's already folded.
I think you're considering all the things you need to make a good decision for yourself. So
Honestly, the way I see this,
And David folds as well. Carson takes it with his king-queen.
Yep. It's been a lot of that so far in this stream in the first hour. Been a lot of, you know, bets and takes.
so I'm gonna go in there and say, and just see how I feel about it. I don't even know if
That's what I'm most excited about.
if I say B or not. But I just really take this as like
That is country you hear.
it's very, really
His farewell stream.
It is.
We're going to be missing him a lot.
Last stream of, for me, yeah.
maybe it's not gonna be luck, but
I think Joseph views that as good news.
I doubt that.
it's a little scary that thought, but at the same
Ace Jack for Luke.
time, you cannot say like
Just going to go ahead and call David's raise to 50. David with a 9 Dewey.
this is just not the same.
And he does hit a 9 on this flop, but it is a nut flush draw for Luke.
Right, it's very dependent cash game, and
Equities are dead even, and you see there's still quite a few outs there for Luke. Really good flop for him. David isn't going to be the one that leads out, though. Oh, wow. So now we get trips for David.
Fourth issue or whatever, like
Kind of shrinks the outs a bit now for Luke. Paired board makes it a little tougher to navigate.
just like, oh yeah, that's.
And David going to go ahead and bet again here after Luke checks it to
But
him.
I'm gonna like for me, it's wrong.
Is that 200, I think is the bet?
Mindset, but like I don't.
It's either 150 or 200.
Looks like 200.
Me losing
Yep.
12,000.
Yeah, it's a $200 bet from David, essentially pot size. Luke trying to chase that flush draw. Now we boat up. 9's full deuces for David. And Luke going to check it back here. Slightly over bets the pot does David, but Luke going to let it go. David scoops up a pretty decent sized one there. But yeah, again, guys, in case you missed it, big promotions happening today across all 3 of our rooms. $1,000 high hands every 30 minutes, go until midnight tonight. And of course, less than an hour from now for table games, the Clockwork Cash giveaway, $300 every 15 minutes, going from 6 p.m. to midnight.
You could be in that lucky seat.
You know, I'm thinking about maybe being in one of those lucky seats. Our stream ends at 9 tonight. I get out of here like around 9:30, 9:45 or so.
There
You
you
know,
go.
that's a little bit of time. I can take a little quick drive over to OP and see if I could try to get in on a table game before things are too late, you know? Maybe, potentially. It's an idea.
What's your favorite game? If you had to pick one of those.
Well, I only play one because it's the only one I really understand, and that's one card. Probably the biggest mistake I can make. I do want to, if I had a little bit of a bigger like bankroll, if I had a little bit more money, I'd definitely try out UTH. But
There you go.
yeah, but you know, when
You could do DJ.
DJ Wild?
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, it's all 5-card poker hands and deuces and joker are wild. So.
okay, I'll definitely keep that in mind. Oh, okay, yeah, no worries, Andy. Okay, so you did find those settings I was telling you about with the bitrate stuff and everything? Nice, good. Yeah, like I said, sometimes when you boot up the stream and everything, it will automatically default to like the lowest bitrate setting based off of bandwidth and stuff. You just got to go into your advanced settings and then just change the bitrate that way, and it will re-auto set itself. Steve says probably no seats available. I mean, yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. It's still worth a shot, though. Still worth a try. Don't diminish my dreams. I'm kidding. Meanwhile, Luke here did outflop Carlos, and the king's going to hold. But Luke bets 275, and now Carlos trying to think about every possibility here. Doesn't look like he necessarily believes Luke. The problem is there is, you know, some straights out there that do complete. You know, Queen 10 is obviously a hand that does complete. Carlos is really thinking this. He does put in the call, and yeah, wow. Luke gets paid off there. And the flush also completed on the turn 2. I didn't see though. I didn't know if he was holding a club block or anything like that.
Bet you that hand, Dave. I was trying to be sneaky and trap.
Oh yeah.
Ace Jack suited. Ace Jack diamonds.
Vernon, welcome to chat. He says, you bet, dude, you lose too.
I mean, that's what happens all the time anyway. I mean,
Yeah, that's my kind of luck. That's one reason I don't bet.
You have to be a crusher in order to cut down that variance. Yeah.
I'm gonna go out there. It's not a good idea. Maybe you should. That's a straddle. Oh no, I didn't.
not a lot happening here. Johannes did put in a raise of 20 on the button here with 10-7. We're at the flop. This is a 10-9 flop for both Carlos and Johannes. They both hit a 10, but kickers are terrible.
Kickers are terrible.
So let's see. Johannes, I think, bet after Carlos checked to him, and Carlos called. So we're at the turn now. It could be a potential chop. It is going to be a chop. Kickers are insignificant. And Carlos is going to check it back to Johannes. See if Johannes maybe tries to take a stab out of it, but he does not. Let's go check, check. Chop it up.
I feel like I'm not a good enough tournament player to justify like traveling to play.
Just asking, did I hook up with another live stream, or is it a career change, maybe back to 10-10? No, not going back to 10-10. Radio career is done in that retrospect. I'm basically going into my own thing with my artwork and my like art merch things that I do and stuff like that. I'm picking up more of a schedule as far as like conventions I'm vending at and stuff like that and everything. So that's essentially what it is. It's going to work for myself, basically.
It'll be with that second day buy-in. I'll do it next time. You can do it this time if you want. I'll do it next time. Register like the day.
Next day.
No other streams or anything like that.
I know. Yeah, it's insane. It's like extra or something like that? Extra money or something like that? I don't know how you do that. You just register the same amount of money and you just...
In your downtime, you ought to do something as much as I know you're into wrestling, right?
Yeah.
You got to do a wrestling podcast with...
Tim and I have actually been talking about that. That's something that probably we might end up doing.
I'll see how I do in the other terms.
Later in the year. I think I'm going to be heading over to his place sometime later in the week to kind of help him with the stream setup and everything like that.
The first day of day 2 is July 6th. Okay, yeah.
I think it'd be a lot of fun for me to go out there. I don't think it makes financial.
Yeah, I'll have some time by then in there to see how I feel.
I'm not that good at tournaments.
I might be done by fucking day 3 in Vegas. Like I'm over it.
I mean, for you, there's, I'm not gonna say like for you specifically, but like there's nothing to do because you know you live a healthier lifestyle. You don't drink.
They have look, they got helicopter rides.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's really good. But that's
Over the Grand Canyon, yeah.
trip.
I would love to next year. It sounds like a ton of fun, but I don't think I could.
If you've never done it,
I couldn't justify that as a profitable venture. Like,
$25 for the bump
too good of an
There's
opportunity.
some pretty decent-sized pots tonight.
It would just be
junkyard of like old casino stuff.
Off
Yeah.
and on. I mean, some quick ones, too. But. All right, we've got a dealer change coming in.
Yeah.
Let's take a look here.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. Yeah, VPIPs first. Yeah, kind of not a lot of change as far as VPIP goes. Don's still the highest VPIP. What's funny is, though, I mean, that's his average. I mean, he's not doing anything different. It's just the rest of the table is just kind of a, tighter to the vest type, table here with the players that's here.
Last night we didn't see anybody really below 40 though.
No.
Yeah, so different game though.
Different game, also different player base with it. And then there's a look at the earnings right now. Yeah, Carson up the most. Of course, that was that hand with he and Gene that took place with Carson having the kings. David's up a bit. Luke is up a bit. Don still even-ish in a sense, but he is up. Felipe only stuck 15, so he's even. Same with Johannes. Yeah, Gene right now, the player that's the most stuck at the table. Again, it was that hand against Carson, the kings versus the 10 hand that ace 10 that Gene had.
It felt like
It was a 10 high flop.
because I had a gut shot on the other one too.
Crushed one of them, I remember. The other one I had.
All right, bomb pot time. King 6 or Queen 6 tray top board, 877 bottom. So David has trips on the bottom board.
That's enough for me.
Little gutter action from Luke, and he's open-ended up top, so he's got a little bit of this. Pair of 6s for Felipe, and Felipe also open-ended on the bottom. So some people have some hands here. Let's see, David was the one that bet 200. Pretty pricey going pot basically. Nobody wanted to chase it. David going to take it down. So bomb pot going to David. Do we know when Don's merch is coming? That's a good question. Of course, Don was working at his own apparel with the Poker Eyes. I know that's what he's trying to do. I don't know. He hasn't really said anything outside of like when that was launching and stuff like that. I don't 100% know.
Poker Eyes?
Yeah.
No, I think.
Yeah, that's like his apparel line that he's going to launch.
What was paired?
I don't know. I haven't heard any updates since then about that.
No, I had a gutter at 20.
No, I even looked before I did it. Call 6, call 7. Call 8. 4 players. Not a good one.
Wow, Queen trade deuce flop. So Queen for Carson.
There's like a function on that that doesn't work.
This is going full around. Carson going to take it down. Again, just a reminder, guys, don't forget the Poker Atlas Tour happening June 5th through the 15th down at Best Bet St. Augustine. Over $300K in guarantees as far as the prize pool goes. Again, as always, guys, you can check out the website, bestbetjacks.com, for all the details when it comes to promotions, tournaments, live stream schedule, much more, all there on the website.
Straddles one. Yeah. 35 and 34. That's hilarious.
Swag saying Gene Bryant going to ravish everybody at the table. He's a little bit behind the 8 ball right now, but I know Gene was playing 2-5 earlier in the room. He was actually doing fairly well, so he might bounce back. All right, pair of 7s for David in the lead here.
I think this is, yeah, this is basic.
Make it 150. Thank you. Well, now you guys will know what the World Cup feels like, because you'll have. I always thought the World Cup was football and soccer. Well, it kind of is. But I was going to say, what's up?
I think it's even bigger than the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure, but-
No, it's bigger than the Super Bowl. I know that, but like in relation to like what it is and compared to like the soccer. Like, I mean, it's the sports that I would know.
But I feel like I understand your comparison. However, I think winning a World Cup is way more difficult than winning a Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
I don't know, to be honest with you. World Cups are weird, man, because they're teams that get cobbled together. By hard. Fold 8-9-1. Because, like, I would say football is a very, very high variance sport.
NFL football.
Yeah, soccer is a very high variance sport, too, because it's so low scoring. But 2 on the 7. Went and check on the flop.
Well, because like the World Cup, you got to make it through like 125 teams, really. Whereas the NFL.
Good. Thank you. Yeah, but the talent disparity between those 128, the talent disparity is a lot far bigger than 32 teams.
It is very, it's just like, I don't think you can necessarily compare like nations
Yeah.
playing against each other with league.
They're selecting because very specific pools of players. You know what I mean?
Say again.
Like they can't curate teams when it comes to the national teams. They're only selecting from eligible players.
Right.
So the teams often are, you know, it's really heavily skewed in the favor of larger nations that play the game a lot. It's weird. It's very weird. Honestly, a lot of the time the games are actually kind of low quality if you watch a lot of soccer. I just had those 2 cards. Which I feel like is the opposite of actual watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting. It's kind of a weird comparison. Pulls around to the 1. Raise 40. I was just going to say that they have they're putting football in the Olympics though, right? Flag football, whatever it is. What's that? The Olympics is just good.
Oh yeah, I remember that was the thing they were kind of talking about.
Don, was it you who said they should start talking the Olympics?
Yes.
I'm with it. The more I think about that, the more I think it makes sense.
It'd be sick. Depends on what you want to say.
10-10, 8
They're gonna
flop
have to
here.
get it before long, so might as well put poker in there as well. Check.
Don't that, aka me. It's me. I'm new boss of myself. Luke does turn a king, so now Carson and Johannes of the same hand, drawing dead. 10s and kings with a 9 for Luke. Goes half pot. 60 bucks. Carson folds. I wonder if Johannes calls this off. He does not. So Luke does take it down.
You want water?
Don and I just got the same hand twice. I think that's when you ask for a wash, right?
That's fair.
Not when it just came out of the shuffler and you're having a bad day.
I don't know, man. You're kind of pushing it. Here's what I'll say. I think a shitty team winning the World Cup is way more improbable than a shitty team winning the Super Bowl.
How many games do you have to win?
To win a Super Bowl.
Well, you gotta.
It's really hard to make sense to a shitty team anyway.
You're not making it to the Super Bowl though if you're shitty team.
Well,
What's the shittiest team to win the Super Bowl?
probably like the Giants.
The Patriots?
Yeah, well, they weren't that shitty. They're okay.
I wonder what the fewest amount of games won to win a Super Bowl was in a season, you know?
I bet some teams that have.
It is a straddle, guys. 10 games.
Honestly, both very sexy.
I want to say, didn't the Giants
We're talking very nuanced.
have like
You have to go through all this qualification round.
Well, that's the thing.
the one year that the Giants won the Super Bowl? Didn't they? They had like
To play the 32
like they were a wild card. They didn't win the division,
32 teams.
but they just caught fire in the playoffs and
Tournament.
winning that.
That is not
It's interesting. Super Bowl teams with the most losses. I want to say the Giants is one of those.
NFL, you could have a year where you get an easier schedule, and then the way the seeding lines up in the playoffs. You don't have to
I'll be honest. I haven't seen Kirk today. I know he's working, but I just haven't.
It's far easier to win a Super Bowl than it is to win past 4 cups.
But I know he's getting ready. He's getting ready for his Vegas trips.
He's got an early morning tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
To be fair, like, there have been,
There's some Cinderellas in the World Cup.
yeah, I mean, Cinderella's what they won it. So like there's the Euros, which is like the World Cup, and it's just Europe. But I mean that's a very competitive tournament as well. And Greece won that in like 2004 or something like that, and they were huge outsiders.
Yeah.
And they won it like every game went 0-0 basically, and they won on penalties.
Yeah.
So like you can do it, you know.
But it's really one of
Yeah, 2011, the New York Giants
No, it's still
finished the regular season at 9-7 and ended up winning the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's the team I was thinking of. Yeah, that's what it was, Steve. Yep. I was trying to remember the year, what team it was.
You have to. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what it was.
Make them.
It was that team.
Heads up.
It was 100% that team.
That's what I don't.
I think the worst outside of that were teams that may have went 10-6 in a sense. Like I know the Ravens, the Packers, like they were 10-6 teams. I couldn't remember though if the Giants were like 9-7 or 8-8 that year, and yeah, they were 9-7. But yeah, the Tyree catch that was.
Another time that kind of backfires because it's hard to switch gears. I think once you get going, once your strategy is good, which maybe it's not, but if your opponent scores, not easy.
That's right. That's right.
Then switch to like trying to.
All right, Don looking at queens and jacks. David looking at
A boat.
boat.
Jack's full. Not good for Don. David going to bet 300 here.
I feel like it's not even as much playing for a draw as it is just playing a certain way.
He is going to put in a call. Yeah, this is not going to be good. David's about to get a big pot here unless that queen comes out. It is not. That's a tray.
Yeah, definitely not a queen.
No, quite the opposite, actually. That tray on the river. So David's boat, Jack's full, is going to be the best. Don was hoping he would have hit a queen, but not the case. So let's see what David elects to do here.
275.
Ooh, Don actually going to lead out. That's 275. This is going to be bad news. What do we do here for David? I feel like a raise is coming. I just don't know what the best dollar amount will be. Or you can just overjam. That works too. And Don calls. Wow. 3K pot going to David. Ouch.
Yeah, that was painful.
Went for it and got it. Don gonna have to load back up. That's brutal. That is a brutal, 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 brutal hand. Ugh. Didn't believe him.
We don't have a bank factor. I got you.
Really got so complex that professional poker strategy.
Wow.
We really have to cover room. It's really about covering room.
Well, there's Adonis.
Yeah, I think so. Those gaps, basically.
Looks like they're taking care of it. It's like Don gave David a pumpkin and then got some chips back in front of him.
789.
Yeah, I mean, watch it.
There you go.
We went to like a home game for like 20 years.
Say Don essentially top back off.
Yeah, Trump. It's amazing.
They had
13 wins is the smallest amount of wins to win the Super Bowl. And how many games would that be played to go?
Well, yeah, that's our first batch of blood that just spilled on the live stream there. The hand between David and Don.
I think Don was trying to play like he had something else, hoping he wouldn't be called.
I just don't think he pegged David to have Jack 10. I don't think he pegged him to have a hand.
But we love them. And probably ending on.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, a lot of them, they don't stick around very long. So,
Right.
But no loyalty to Marco Royce?
I mean, Haaland is better than him. but Royce is the first player that stayed the longest at the club. Maybe next to Matt Hummel, but he was not on and off.
Yeah.
He was also very good.
He was really good when he was there.
Yeah. Yeah, Royce is great, but he was so prone to injuries. And so a lot of the time when it really counted, like, he was sometimes not available.
He missed all the finals, didn't he?
Yeah, and so that really...
And once again, welcome to everybody in the chat. Even if you're not active, we appreciate you tuning in. And
Yeah, we know there's quite a few lurkers that, you know, boot up the stream and watch. Definitely appreciate that.
Should ask Adonis if his team's ever played the Champions League final.
Mine?
What do you think
35
you
and 3,
were going to be winning?
cold.
Is the German league?
It is German.
Y'all were in? Lost.
Yeah, German League and Champions League final we also.
7, 8, 3, 150 in the 9.
Which actually we had a chance to win, which is great. We were huge dog. The first half we missed a bunch of really good opportunities. So I've been up by two scores, maybe 3 scores. If things went well, but then it's 0-0 and then 3-0. So we were huge underdogs.
Pair of 9s and a deuce on this flop. Now, double pair board.
I mean, it's hard. It's basically, when you play soccer,
Nobody betting at this.
used to always be a gap, but
Luke might though. Nope, he's on check. And yep.
That's what's really weird.
So,
It's
like,
so
it's basically
howdy do, Derek.
usually baseball.
What was that? 6 on the river? Yeah, 6 on the river. Luke's ace. Way good.
basically the biggest clubs that have the 3 bet, I would say. Garbage.
King queen. Fucking good.
Yeah, Derek, good to see you in the YouTube chat. Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for hanging out with us. Again, if you like what you're watching, like what you're seeing, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also hit that bell notification for whenever we do go live. That way you never miss any of the action here on Best Bet Live. You know, stream everything from every cash game possible, low stakes to high stakes, cash games, as well as feature to final, you know, tournament tables, final tables for tournaments. Pretty wide variety of different live streams that we do run on the regular here.
It's a good system. But there's nothing like that because the whole system.
I will say about that is that I agree it's not necessarily always competitive, but it does.
Nobody really had anything on that one.
No.
Took a peek and went, nope.
You know what I mean? Like when one team is really dominant for a long time because of their financial power, when they get beat, it can be really, really good to watch. Oh, that's true. It's more iconic. And a lot of teams have huge expectations on them because of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And that could be dramatic in its own way. 35 and 3, full 4. Raised 106.
All right, Don gonna go ahead and put in a raise to 100 here with 8-7 suited. And they've been playing this 2-5-10. I'm wondering when they're gonna.
Heads up.
I am wondering when they are gonna speak up and start doing asking to do 5-10, since they've been running the straddle for a while. Pair of 7s on the flop for Don. Backdoor to diamonds as well.
But I mean, when you guys won the league,
Well, come on down.
Yeah, say
We'd be happy
Vernon,
to have
you know, sign up for one of those live streams. Hop on the website, look at the June schedule coming up as far as live stream goes. Sign up for one of them.
Because the teams have grown from the city. They feel
Welcome it.
they move.
And it's not a challenge; it's an invite.
It is, absolutely. You know, if you feel pretty, you know, comfortable playing, you know, these stakes and you want to try to play on the live stream, by all means, welcome it. Come on down. I don't know, I was partially challenging it.
It sounded challenging.
Yeah,
That's why I said.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I mean, listen, it's like we always see that, and again, not doubting this play. I don't know Vernon, and he could be right. He could be a very good player. But I would like to see it on the live stream as well. I'd like to see it.
That's what
you
keeps
know?
it interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
raised 200 in the 2. That's the next TV series y'all have to watch.
Just saying, we get those comments on in the chat quite a bit. Like, hey, I can play with these guys or anything. Absolutely, come on down. Sign up for one of the live streams. Hop on and play.
I
wanna see it.
Jacks.com, yeah.
Yeah, I want to see it. I like seeing new blood too. I like seeing new faces, you know, on the stream. Kind of change it up. You know, we know most of these guys. These guys, most of them are regulars in our room, so we see them on a regular basis.
Where are you at?
I'd like to see some new blood in there to kind of mix it up.
For sure.
Yeah, see if we can, you know,
You can't interrupt.
have some moments here on the live stream. You know.
So you're not going to watch anything until the next.
Especially if it's somebody good and they come in and regulars go.
Absolutely.
"Whoa, where'd this guy come from?"
Exactly. Exactly.
He's laughing, but it's true.
No more TV.
Okay, I watched
Are you rationing your TV? That's wild.
All right. Looks like Gene does call the straddle. Oh, David, man, oh man, David is running hot right now. Pocket Queens, waking up with some ladies. Always a good feeling to wake up to. Pocket Queens for David. See if anyone has anything to combat him with. Does not look like it. I don't know if Gene's going to combat him with 5 tray off. No, he's not. It's going to be a walk. David is going to take this down with no resistance.
I have no knowledge to make it show. I just don't want to commit like, I don't know, whatever it is, 30 hours or 40 hours of my life watching.
I wonder how an experienced player determines how much he wants to raise, because I see a lot of times where somebody will raise, but it just seems overboard for what, if you're trying to bring in.
Yeah, I mean, it's also depending on like if the straddle was on and things like that. Everything obviously that's gonna raise it up a little bit too. You know, I think.
One of those, I have a decent hand, but I don't want to see the flop. I want to get what's there.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of depends on philosophy of what that player wants to do in that regard. Also, if they want to build the pot or if they want to, you know, basically control what's in the pot. But usually, from what I've seen, like in these type of games, it's usually about, you know, anywhere between like a 3 to 4x open. So the initial raise, if there's a straddle on, the straddle be in 10. We'll see someone raise it up to like maybe like 40 or 50 or something like that and everything, because there's already at that point 17 in the pot there with the straddle. So you know, essentially raise it up to 40 or 50, anywhere between that 3 to 4x range. But like I said, it also depends on the player and what they want to do.
I think it's fair to say Germans have kind of an all-in mentality.
Oh, I understand a little bit. I'm not going to say I'm German, but
I think I like I just can't see things far away. Like it's very tough for me.
straddle.
And then like, you know, my time, which I do this a little bit, I try to rather work out or like do this stuff. And sometimes these kind of shows, they can, at least for me, like I get information over 35. I don't know, it's like everything is good.
Well, what's nice is it's not like The Office where it has like 9 seasons. Raise 100 and 3 seasons. Call. They're creating a 4th. So that was like, season 3 got done like 3 or 4 years ago. And so they just announced it like 2 months ago. And they're creating.
All right, ace high flop, ace jack 9, 2 clubs, the Adonis. Adonis's favorite hand is jack 9.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but Don in the lead with jack 10, a 9 for Luke. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. It's going to be one of those streams, huh?
It's
Going to be
looking
one
like
of
it.
those streams,
Wow.
huh? Luke catches a 9 on the turn, so now he's got trips. Don, who was in the lead, is now crippled down. Oh, boy.
Is it movie or
Now Don bets 200. Yep, no reason to do anything else other than call here for Luke.
Danny McBride?
And a 5 on the river. Yuck. What a turn card. Now Don. 700 in the middle here. Was the aggressor on the turn and was the aggressor pre-flop as well. 500 to bet. Oh boy. Luke calls and he's gonna show. Ugh. Your Dante, wow.
Yeah, he's
Not a good stream for Don. Not a good stream for you guys either. The giveaway in some trouble right now, to say the least.
You probably could not do Thunder. You probably could not do the show anymore these days.
I was supposed to say Tropic Thunder you couldn't do again. But it's a really
It's just so hilarious. He also did the one that was also really good. I think that one was called something and when he was in school, like he was like
principles. Okay.
It was also fucking hilarious. And he's just trying to hook up with the teachers. So fucking stupid.
All right, here we go. Let's see a flop. It's a queen high flop. All spades though. Felipe has a headlock on this flop. Top pair plus the second nut flush draw. Johannes bets 15 and Felipe puts in the raise of 50. Johannes is like, ah, whoops. Donated 15 bucks to you. There you go.
testing the waters.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I call those like an investment bet, because it might be a bet where you're just trying to gauge where you are, just trying to get some knowledge. So you paid 15 bucks for knowledge here. Some investment bets are a little more than others.
I'm gonna just say that the characters in the movie are actors, and they all think it's being shot, like the movie being shot, and so they think it's all fucking fake. It's actually real.
They have been consistent with that straddle. Is that something that they've agreed to?
I think they did. I think they agreed to do like a mandatory straddle under the gun, which is, like I said, that's why I'm kind of curious as to see if they decide, because of that, because having the straddle on for this long, if someone's gonna bring up maybe doing 5-10. Especially, with Don kind of being stuck a little bit now, changing it to a 5-10 game. Or 5-10 games are kind of uncapped and everything. That gives him maybe an opportunity to where, like, he can put some more chips on the table, try to get himself unstuck. There's a few different, like, philosophies with it. So right now, David is kind of running away with the table at the moment. Pretty sure when we take a look at the stats next, David's going to be up quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Yeah, he's had a good run.
Yeah. I think Luke as well might be up a little bit as well. All right, let's go and take a look at the next hand here. And Gene, pocket deuces. David, pocket sixes for him. Carson in there checking his option as he did straddle. See a face card out there. Jack 9-5, all hearts. Still checking around. Oh, how about a set of deuces for Gene? Set of deuces on the river. Let's go, Gene. Anybody bet anything? I think action's on David right now. Yeah. Did check around. Gene bet 25, and David hits him with the check raise. But Gene, yeah, river to set. Gets a little bit extra there.
That whole deuces never loses.
Deuces
philosophy.
never loses. If you lose with deuces, it's because you misplayed them.
We wait for Don, he's going to miss the bomb.
Oh, bomb. Sorry.
All right, looks like we got a dealer change coming in.
Yeah, bomb pot time. What, Don missing the bomb pot? No.
Don at 32% on the high end. Carlos at 15. Let's take a look at the winnings real quick. I'm very curious.
Yep, that's about how I thought it was going to be. David and Luke, your big winners right now. Don right now, the most stuck. That hand against David, the Queens versus Jack 10. Definitely did him in. All right, bomb pot time, though. Oh, Don made it back for the bomb pot. All right, cool. Everybody's back. Can't leave out bomb pot Don.
Bomb pot Don.
Apparently they light up all the old signs every night for the music.
All right, so let's see here. Don has pocket sevens in the bomb pot here. Ace queen for Carson. He's got a mix of something here. Well, Johannes has a straight up top.
Right off the bat.
Yep, Johannes has the straight up top, so he's got that one down pretty good. Bottom board belongs to Carlos, who also has a straight. So Carlos is a straight on the bottom board. Johannes is a straight on the top board. Oh, no, Don, I just realized he has a set of sevens on the bottom. Oh, that's not good. He does have a gutter up top, too. Oh, boy. Wow, was that the case 7 that came out, too? Yeah, because Gene has trace 7 tray. Oh, boy. Oh, this ain't going to get any better, is it?
No, it's not.
Don desperately needs to pair the bottom board somehow, some way. And again, he does have a gutter up top, so if a 6 comes up top, he'll actually have he'll have a better straight up top if a 6 comes. But he needs the board to pair this one. Yeah, and he is all in. This is gonna be bad. David is
really good.
Yeah, David has a gutter as well. I just realized he's got a gutter on the bottom board too. But yeah, Felipe and David out of there. Again, Johannes with the straight up on the top board.
I have nothing left. $3.
Yeah, I have absolutely nothing left.
Yeah, roughly 7. Just over.
Ooh.
Grand total 7 times.
And now Johannes is going to go ahead and rejam it all in, and Carlos calls as well.
All right, there's going to be a swap out between Johannes and Carlos. We're just going to run it.
All right. Don needs the board to pair. That's a 6 on the bottom and a king up top. It does pair on the bottom, so Don does boat up on the bottom, so it's going to be a chop between he and Johannes.
He's got a boat down here. Okay, so you guys are going to chop up the side, and then you two are going to chop up the main.
Wow. Yeah, Don needed that card on the bottom to pair. He actually also needed that 6 up top to get a better straight, too. So, yeah, wow, what a hand. What a bomb pot hand.
He can put his back, right?
Yeah, it's crazy that it rolled out like that. It could have gone so bad.
It could have. What would have been funnier is if the 6 went up top and then like another card paired at the bottom or whatever it's like that. Don probably would have ended up scooping because he would have had a better straight than Johannes on the top board.
Yeah.
And then would have had a boat on the bottom. But the 6 came out the bottom to pair the board for Don, so that's why Carlos's money is being chopped up.
The one that on the board, I was Carlos, that's your hand right there.
Either way, kind of a crazy bomb pot hand there.
It's just a rain. It doesn't like my hand stays the same. I like this. Same quality.
Jack says best
reality TV on the net. Yeah.
Yeah,
Appreciate that, Jack. Hopefully you're doing well.
Opportunities. I was scooping some hands with my set. by the river. Like pocket sevens.
Wow. Unfortunately for Carlos, he kind of gets crippled on that hand a little bit, whereas Johannes and Don are essentially chopping up his money in the main.
Carlos is on 15 and 4. Adonis.
Yeah, it looks like Carlos, yeah, Carlos is going to top back off to 15 after that hand.
Already in that section.
But a nice one there.
The king six well, I had like just sat down when that hand happened, but the way he like got up and left, and he was like, "Oh, I finally got back even," like, and
Yeah.
that gave me the impression it was just one of those like he was just tilted and was like, "Fuck it, call. I have a big pocket pair."
10 to go. Fold. That's crazy.
But I think 9 times out of 10 that would have gone.
Fold 4, 6. Fold 7, fold 8, 9.
Yeah, I was so surprised.
Yeah.
Raise 4.
I'm not forgetting that one.
Yeah, I remember. Well, both you and Chris,
Our
Jamaican
eyebrows,
Chris,
eyebrows were frozen. Like,
Yeah.
like at the top.
and I was like, "What?" I thought like at first, in hindsight, I realized your reaction was surprise.
All right, Carson raises to
But
40.
Initially, I thought you guys thought like we were giving that reaction.
And
like,
Johannes
What are
folds.
you doing? Like,
It wasn't
I was like, what? I was bluffing.
So no seeing the flop this time around.
That you did that with that hand, but only because like that's just not something you see very often.
Yeah.
Not because it was questionable. Or
Yeah, in the 2-5 streets, you almost never see someone pull out a bluff on that board. Especially like the min click turn at the jam for like $300 on the river.
I remember his river call being like way.
Yeah, you like snapped me.
He did, but I remember his decision being a little bit
Pinning appropriate or whatever.
harder than like
Not on you now.
what $300 sounds like.
Yeah.
Fold 8, 9, 1.
I think somebody. I don't
I was 50-50
See what these
anyway.
boys are doing.
Test, you are good.
Come on. Of course. Let's get it.
Heads up. Check.
Best Bet Reality TV. Now that is not a bad idea. Some reality TV. Oh boy. Lots of love
Can
triangles.
you imagine the drama?
Lots of love triangles.
The excitement.
Lots of love triangles. Survivor.
8 poker players.
Let them get voted off the island. Something that'd be pretty cool. Only thing is you gotta have poker. If not, probably drive themselves crazy.
In a world where 2 cards determine your fate.
Play poker for your like chance to stay on the island. I like it. It's not too bad. Who's in here? Joseph, Derek, Daddio, just the regular folks. 2-5 is the game. Looks like they're having a little fun tonight. I did see some pretty decent sized pots out there.
Yeah, there's
Have they played the bomb
it's
pot
been
yet?
up and down. Yeah. Yeah, they're doing bomb pot first hand every dealer rotation, and they have been very consistent with the straddle. So I believe that they have determined to make it a mandatory. As agreed by all players, of course.
Yeah, the mandatory straddle makes the game a little bit bigger, but it's just what they want to do. It helps, especially because the original list for this game, they're supposed to be 10 and a quarter.
Right.
So, you know, they want to try to get as far as they can up to those stakes without breaking the game. And it's not bad so far. It's a pretty good game. Carlos, really methodical player. Johannes, well, Johannes is just Johannes. Yeah, there's not really much you can say. He's such an interesting human being.
Poker in the 619 says drama behind the scenes in casino break room and always on the casino area.
Oh yeah, listen, we see plenty. Yeah, I've seen plenty. I've heard plenty. The secrets we know. The secrets we know. sketch. King Jack 10. Ooh, nice. So Carlos and Carson. So you got Carson here flopping a flush draw. Carlos open-ended with the 10 of hearts. Sure, he'll peel one here. Looks like he is going to call, looking for a 9, an ace, or maybe a heart. Doesn't find it, but Carson does turn a pair to go with his flush draw. And it looks like Carlos is just trying to hopefully get a free card, but I don't think he'll get one from Carson here, yeah. Carson's going to continue to bet. Looks like 200. Yep. You just got to get out of there now. You got probably 20-something%. You have 25%. Just got to go.
And he does.
You got to let it go.
Yeah.
If you get shorter, you can start like doing some traps. Like, you can have some pocket pairs. From the ace X,
Yeah, 9-6 back. That's strong, so.
Straddles always good for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a straddle.
Strudel.
I'll give you another.
All right. So effectively, they're playing 5-10.
No one's there.
That's good.
It's
close enough.
Yeah, me and Country were discussing about how there's a potential for them to decide later that they want to go ahead and just make it a 5-10 game. But
Yeah.
that is yet to be determined.
That's like only difference really is time rate. So if the players feel like, hey, let's introduce the idea of the time rate, that'll save us a little bit, I guess. They could. Maybe there's a player or two in the game that are strictly here for 2-5, even though technically they have been playing 5-10 the whole time.
Right. It's the mindset.
Yeah, it's just a mindset thing. One, because I guess with 5-10, putting on that quarter straddle isn't going to happen. Rather, you make it 5-10, and in order to straddle now, you can make it a quarter. Because if they straddle, they're probably going to go ahead and make it a quarter to bring it on in. And now you're playing 5-10 and a quarter, which is now we're at the game that we were originally scheduled to play.
Right. WSOP event, 67,300 buy-in. We'll give that a try.
I mean, each event. Oh, Don elects to take a high variance route here with King Jack. In the small blind's gonna 4-bet while Carlos has aces on the button.
Don's been having a rough time tonight. He had a saving grace on the double board.
Yeah, made a boat on the river. Otherwise, he was dead to a flop straight. So it looks like Carlos is just going to let the call. Isn't going to 5-bet shove. Wants to keep Don in with all his bluffs. Has position here, so he's going to essentially let Don do all the betting for him. Pending Don just absolutely flops the nuts or something like that. Okay, yeah. So Don probably won't put another cent in this pot. Realizes he's calling a 4-bet. Hands that are probably in Carlos's 4-bet calling range, like 10s, jacks, probably queens, ace, king. All hands that are beating Don. So no reason to put any more money in this pot. It's already $800 in. No reason to overly inflate the pot. You only have $892 behind, so you have practically just a pot-sized bet left. And he bets.
What does he have?
Yeah, I guess that's more of a. I mean, any hands that he's 4-betting in the small blind probably aren't going to be weighted to really Any tray holdings? Yeah. There's the all-in. Like, can't do it. Knows he doesn't have a 3. Was willing to bet his life he doesn't have a 3.
Right.
Probably don't have a set either.
Vernon, we are in Jacksonville, Florida.
Having some fun.
That is where the live stream is taking place. We have 3 locations, all in the northern Florida area: Jacksonville, Orange Park, and in St. Augustine. And you can check us out on bestbetjacks.com. And there you'll find a list of all of our tournaments, all of our nightly promotions. And if you are going to be in the area and would like to participate in the live stream, that's where you can let us know.
Yep. Sign on up.
Actual there. Good player. Check. Check it.
Checks through. Carson makes it 20. Call from Gene and Felipe. Turn card. Wow, Gene flopped a flush. That's nice and easy. Nobody else has really much of anything.
It's actually cool.
I think it is. Because over there you got more bodies.
Honestly, and that's what the beauty is too. I've been extra warm over here because of the lights. Right now, I'm playing really good.
Don's always cold, so don't ask Don. Send to go. 2, 3, 4. 6. Send to go. 30.
Alright, looks like it folded around to the button to bet 30 and takes it away.
Nice and easy game. Nice and easy game. Sometimes this game can be easy and sometimes this game can be absolutely nerve-wracking.
Yeah, there's been a couple of hands out there tonight that have been iffy.
Yeah, they've been really tough. You're like, man, I don't know what to do.
And that's what like the reps really get it. But you need to be able to feel those things. And that's one thing like I've got to really not poor time. I just have to do a great job of being able to pick those things up. Like Toby did a really good job of sensing those things.
35.
Well, there's ace king.
35.
Johannes is definitely going to be raising it up. Probably looking to make it like 1 1/4, 130. 110. All in.
On a scale of 5 for me.
Jesus, it's been a tough night for Don.
I have hearts though.
1 hot block.
God, Josh, just let him pick a beat.
I'm sorry, man.
I got you covered there too, buddy.
Jesus.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Ah, boy.
it's going to do it.
Oh, wow. Early night for Don, huh?
Possible.
Yeah, well, I think I overheard him say, all right, see you later. Yeah, just a rough outing for Don right now. So we do have a open seat on the live stream. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Appreciate you guys being with us. Oh, yeah, that voice you hear is the one and only Adonis.
Yo,
Yeah,
what's up? It is me,
It
Mario.
is the one and only. You know, with this being my last live stream, though, I was like, you know what? Adonis was one of the people that showed me the ropes and stuff, so I want to spend at least a couple of minutes with Adonis here on my last live stream.
Eddie, the restaurant Eddie.
Hell yes.
They at Orange Park. Yeah. And then we'll come here and play
So hopefully you guys are doing well, though. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us and being with us for this. Again, it was scheduled to be a 10:25, but we just didn't have the player base to run that today, so we're running a 2-5 deep stack.
Okay. Anyway.
But a pretty, pretty busy day in the room. $1,000 high hand every 30 minutes. Go until midnight tonight.
You need it. It's coming.
All right, we got 3.
There's
His
this
tally
one guy at 2-2. I
was
wanted to
actually at the con.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, so let's see right here. Oh, wow. Gene just flopped the goods. Straight for him.
Actually,
Yeah,
Kissimmee.
there's someone that we all run best and worst together.
Oh, down at Kissimmee? That's what I was? Oh, okay.
Taking a closer
Steve says the 2 OGs. I mean, listen, Adonis is more of an OG than I am. I think Adonis was
I bet I was forcing the issue against
when the
that one
stream
guy,
actually
2-2.
started, right?
Yeah. Like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Been hanging out for a minute. Ooh, the tree nymph. Oh, boy. Trying to find the one. That's the one from the con. I don't know what con it was, but she did the,
Oh, yeah, the Tifa.
yeah. Oh, boy.
Listen, anyone that can pull off a Tifa cosplay, I'm pretty okay with. I play Pokemon.
Oh, wait, hold on. It gets better. Because then you can just go, where is it? Oh, no, that's the wrong one.
That was the first one.
That's the wrong one. Might have to get her a shirt. Because...
Oh, so she cosplays like one of the characters I drew? Ah, gotcha. All right, on to the next hand here. We got going on here. Got heads-up action here with Gene and Carlos. Need 6 suited versus ace-4 off.
What is your shop again?
RCB Creates. RCBCreates.com. That's my web link for like all my apparel and stuff. Nothing but face cards on this board. We're already at the turn. It's another jack.
Stop playing the stream because Adonis plays it. You can't beat Adonis.
Ace for Gene. It's going to be good enough.
Yeah, Don doesn't get intimidated by people in the stream. That's what he says. I believe it.
Don is intimidated. He's just frustrated. He's the apex predator.
My girlfriend's dad gave it to me.
Oh, the pumpkin.
It's like a souvenir from this charity who does kids cancer. Yeah. I just
Like they give kids the cancer.
dude, it was. What'd you say? It was great luck yesterday. What the hell did he say?
You said so they work some organization that gives kids cancer.
Yeah, they go around and inject kids with cancer.
Yeah.
That's why it says positive vibes.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, Carlos is the one to take it down. Just bet and take it down. All right, on to the next hand here. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Appreciate you guys being with us.
I made some stuff that was good.
For the record, I was going to say that no matter what my cards were, but I just wanted to be
I had to chop aces twice in small blind in a row. I was having a bad day too. I just try to keep it, but I couldn't. I try to keep it to myself. And everybody has to pull
Basically, red chops.
I was playing 2-5 yesterday. Usually Corey makes he'll always chop, but
Wait, who's poker in the 619? That's a San Diego area code.
it's just like
Area code of Chewy.
You would give me the, you would be like, oh no, I always get, let me keep the pot. Theodore has a good impression of him. You. Corey.
Come on, Theo. Get on camera and do it.
Of course you did.
No, man, we're on.
Oh, so then, how'd you know exactly what I'm
I'm
talking
not
about?
wanting
Corey.
to chop from the big guy.
They'll do it for you.
Man, run.
I like,
Yesterday, you played a pot against this guy, called him down on the river, and the guy goes, you're good. And Corey goes, well, muck it now. 1, 2. Raise 25 and 4. He's got a point though.
All right, so here we go on the next hand here. Okay. Looks like we got a heads-up action here with Gene and Carlos. 9-7 suited versus ace-6 off. It's a
Pretty
9
good
high
flop.
Yeah, 9 high flop for Gene. Plus he's got the flush draw as well. Carlos holding the ace of diamonds though, so he is blocking this partially. But Gene is going to call Carlos's bet at 20. And that's is that an 8 on the turn? Yeah, 8 on turn, jack on the river. Gene's hand's going to be good. 9 way good.
Get there. Carlos could not get there.
Oh, wait, Don, I never had a chance to talk to you yet about your Vikings, man. What happened this offseason with them? They pick up anybody?
Yeah. Things on paper look very promising.
Okay.
But coming off a 14-win season, coming off of the, whatever you'd like to call it, the great fall from grace for Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
You got a brand new, practically rookie quarterback stepping in, taking the reins.
Right.
You can tell they're kind of trying to build around him to keep him safe. Like, hey,
Yeah.
if we build it, anybody can come and flourish in the system.
Sure.
So I think that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
It looks great. The draft was good. Free agency was good. Now it's about putting it together.
Right.
The voluntary training camp that they have, all 53 players showed up.
Oh, that's a good sign.
It's voluntary, so obviously the vets don't have to show up.
Right.
Justin Jefferson, all those guys were all there.
Right.
Ready to go.
That's a good
So-
sign.
It's a sign of good culture.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, looks like, wait, is Johannes already racking up and leaving too?
Stop it.
What?
Stop it. He's not taking the fanny pack and going, is he? I know Don's. I think
Don busted out. Don busted out.
Johannes is done.
Wow, really? I guess Johannes. Oh, okay. Wow.
Toast the cheese.
Ooh, that's not good.
Colburn Spears. This game we had, I believe, 9 or 10 players. Some of the players didn't show up. So
Yeah.
rather than just calling it a night, we figured we'd still try to stream something for you guys. So they agreed on 2-5, and then they implemented I believe, mandatory $10 straddle.
Right, which I was kind of surprised they just didn't change the game in general to 5-10.
Well, so like I was telling Mike, I mean, I don't know, and all it takes is one player, right? Like if one
Yeah,
player's
absolutely.
like,
Yeah,
this
if one
game's
player
too big
says
for
no,
me,
then yeah.
because then you can go 5 in the small, 10 in the big, and then what if they go, let's put on the 25 straddle. Now you're playing 10 and a quarter, which is what pretty much everyone here, like,
Right.
I don't think Luke's going to win.
Right. Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, because you're right about that. It does take one player to say no. But it's just like, at that point, you're already playing it. You know, so, I mean.
That's what I'm saying. It's practically already 5-10.
Yeah, so.
But I guess that third blind makes it 10 rather than the third blind being 25. I don't know.
Right.
Some people feel like they're out of their comfort zone as soon as the game switches. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm all for it. I want to see it. But
Right. But I also wonder as well if the game changed up by 10, if that would have, kept Don and even Johannes around a little bit longer for it, because they could have loaded back up. But I mean, who knows? I mean, like I said, we were close to not having a game going anyway, so I got. All right, here we go. Luke waking up with some ladies. It's always a great feeling to wake up next to some ladies.
Is that what you've been doing out here?
I mean, that's what Luke's doing right now with the pocket queens.
Ooh, and he fought the flush draw for David.
He does, yeah, David. It's a really good flop for him, all things considering. Kind of a dangerous board here for Luke. David going to be the one to bet here, too.
Oh, boy.
Luke just going to call.
Right on the turn.
That's a face card.
No waiting, and it's black. It's a jack. It can't be the jack of clubs, so jack of spades?
Jack of spades, yeah.
Yeah.
So now David, yeah, even picking up more equity there.
Smoked.
Wow.
Over.
Somehow, some way does not
But he could think maybe ace-x of clubs, you know. I wonder if David will check it back.
Yeah, I wonder if that's going to actually save him some money.
And do you want to risk betting here, getting raised on the river, just being such a nasty spot? Do you feel like you have the best hand?
I feel like this is just a check for showdown. But no, he is going to go ahead and bet. Don't go ahead and go for it. That's 300. slightly less than half pot.
Can't be aces. Probably isn't a set because there's a flush draw out there. He has a set of jacks. He probably bets the turn. Feels like kings or queens.
Yeah. But you're also holding a king too, so.
And he's holding the king of clubs. So how many combinations of like ace queen, ace king are you getting? Ugh.
Does he think about check raising here?
It's just a nasty spot, baby. Nasty spot.
It's kind of interesting here. I'm very curious to see what David's doing here. Like he's definitely contemplating. He does not want to let this hand go. I don't think he believes Luke.
Queens.
Oh, dang. David didn't even put out the call yet, and Luke just yells queens. Whoops. That's a nice hand for Luke. Luke, David was running super hot earlier. Looks like he's giving a little bit back, but Luke now I feel like is your big winner at the moment. Actually, since we're doing the deal change, let's show stats real quick.
You never seen any Indiana?
Stat time.
He has not watched Pulp Fiction either, or
No, I have watched Indiana Jones. I have watched.
Kind of sus.
You obviously haven't seen the first one, Indiana Jones, when he was crawling, running away from a rock.
No, I know that one too.
Yeah, look at it there. The V-pips there. Gene, 34% for him there. As far as V-pips go, yeah, we are six-handed right now. Unfortunately, we don't have a list. We have been making announcements, though, that there are open seats if anyone wanted to come through and play. And, yeah, there's the earnings now. Yeah, Luke is now your big winner.
Luke's up there.
Yep. David's still up a bit, though. Has given a little bit back, but he is still up a bit. Carson up a bit as well. And even in Gene being stuck the most right now, it's still kind of within striking distance. Gets into one big hand, he can definitely make that back and get back to even.
Six players, guys.
6 players. Flop.
Sorry, check.
7-4. Yeah, there's a 4 for Felipe. And an 8 for Luke.
We got to bet 90 bones.
90 bones.
What's your name again, man? Felipe. Luke.
Yeah, Felipe. Yeah, Gene not really having much of anything, just a pair on both boards.
Oh, yeah.
Just decides to not try to compete with that. Felipe taking down the bomb pot. Sorry.
The dealer.
Yeah, Colburn, that's kind of what I was curious about when he did, when Luke did fire out the bet there on the river.
It sounds. I feel like.
Because I feel like if
down here than in Chicago.
David decided to check raise there, I would have put like all kinds of pressure on
What do you mean by that? Like the city?
on Luke.
That's what you think about the city?
Well,
Being stationed there is trash.
the city's not so bad. There's like some cool stuff to do there, but
Yeah, I kind of like Chicago.
Being on a fucking boat in Chicago in the winter sounds.
Oh, being on a boat. That's part of the gig, is being on a boat?
usually rather out there for schools and training.
Yeah.
It's just the cold is just terrible. Yeah, just
All right, so on to the next hand here.
When I went, it
Again,
was like
no, we are six-handed, but unfortunately we don't have a list. We'll see if as the game progresses, we can try to get these seats filled, try to get back into a full game here. Still plenty of time. Luke now puts in a raise to 60 with ace-king. Gene going to call with ace-jack.
What's the famous hot dog place over there? Double Dog?
And it's a queen-deuce flop rainbow.
Did you
Just check around. Tray on the turn.
had the pizza. That was awesome.
what kind of What was your favorite? Like, did you have a spot or anything?
Gene bets 80. And Luke gonna call.
It was awesome.
A jack and only a jack. Not the case though. It's a 7 on the river. Hearts do get there. And it's gonna go check, check. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like a fun time to go there.
It says I needed to fire one more time. I mean, Hearts completing on the river.
You were in the mix.
I was just in the city during
Yeah.
what was going on.
Dude, we still, I forget that song, but we still like just put it on in the background in our house. That one song that they did, Magdalena Bay. Yeah, that's true.
I think the one
We particularly
Vernon asking what state is this taking place. This is taking place at Best Bet Jacksonville. This is our Jacksonville location. We have 3 locations in total. Jacksonville is our main one. We also have locations in Orange Park and St. Augustine. This is in Florida.
everybody's talking about. I mean, it's been over like a year now, I think, hasn't it? But what is this? Magdalena Bay. Ben. You know, it's pretty good. This is what I expected. That song, Image, though. That's a good song. Yeah, that's like.
All right, here we go to a flop.
a mix between
It's like 8-8-7 flop. Wow, Gene with trips. Carlos 2 pairs, 7s and 8s.
Oh boy.
Gene playing the octo crab. I like it.
what you got over there? 7? 8?
9 on the turn.
He does have an 8. He
Yes.
does have an 8.
Check. Bet 20.
I'm not liking it.
Carlos says, I'm not liking it. Let's it go.
Get out of there.
Yeah,
Sandbagging.
Fun good.
Gene does take it down with the octo crab.
Did you go to the Jazz Festival?
No.
The old sandbag.
I didn't see
Jazz
any acts
Festival.
on there that I was like terribly interested in seeing.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the greatest lineup. Is that group Tank and the Bangers? They had a tiny desk.
Yeah, talking about off seasons.
Really, really good. Yeah.
Pretty interesting off season for my team, but for some of the wrong reasons right now with the Trey Hendrickson stuff.
Oh yeah.
Of course, you know, paid.
They didn't agree to
went a few
anything.
years ago,
Nope.
and they were
They
like,
have not.
He might get out of there, man.
I think that's what's happening. Of course, you know, they paid T. Higgins and they paid Jamar Chase, so they paid the weapons. But
Now you need the defensive side of the ball to get beefy. And it's not.
well, I think that's why they, you know, drafted pass rusher in that first round, because you know the feeling was maybe Hendrickson was not coming back.
But when are you ever gonna find another Trey Hendrickson again, man?
This is true.
Kid's good.
It's true. He led the sacks in the league for quite a while. Or led the league in sacks, you know.
It's gonna be real tough.
Tough here for David. Luke does flop the king.
Ooh, Bengals all the way this year, baby.
You
heard him.
Listen, I'm a Bengals fan. I've seen what they've done for the past few years. If they get off to a slow start again, like they've done every year for the past 3 years, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's gonna be really tough. See if they can make it.
All right, so Carlos' 6s are in the lead over Gene's 4s. Going to be a bet and a fold.
Patriots signed in a video out on Twitter. He was like on a boat with like something like a lot of metal stuff. Let's call them.
Yeah, I mean, I am curious to see what ends up happening, though. Of course, you know, I'm also keeping an eye on whether Aaron Rodgers is actually going to end up with the Steelers or not.
There's no telling. No telling at all.
Watch that be the losing season Mike Tomlin has, and it's because of Aaron Rodgers.
Can you imagine?
Oh, my gosh.
This absolute Hall of Fame coaching tenure spoiled.
Spoiled by Aaron Rodgers.
In year 17, just spoiled.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be interesting. But, I mean, Ravens are still going to be tough. Browns are going to be the Browns.
You should be okay.
Yeah, should be okay. But, again, I don't know how Tomlin always does it. The Steelers team is always making the playoffs.
That's what, it's just Still coaching, man. He's the man.
He is. Got to give him credit. Oh, Felipe's 10s feel good here. Over pair. Oh, boy. Ace now for Carson, but it is 4 clubs on the board. Gonna check around. I don't think any other money's getting in there.
Who wants this money?
Culver says Ravens, Bills, or Bengals could win it all. I don't know. And there's still that Eagles team.
That is good.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, the team that just won it.
Yeah. They're okay.
yeah, they're pretty good.
I don't know. I think the biggest factor to consider before you snap that football and start the season is just look at culture, look at locker room. The guys that are there, the guys that want to be there, the guys that are making the experience. Because a lot of players are like, man, this is my job. When you can get into that locker room, it no longer feels like a job. It feels like a brotherhood. It feels like you're having fun every day. That helps. That adds to the culture.
I mean, that's why I'll be honest. I mean, yeah, I'm a Bengals fan, but I think the most fun team to watch last year, for me personally, was the Lions.
Culture, man.
Yeah.
Culture. They had a lot of fun.
Dan Campbell and what they've done.
Vikings were a lot of fun to watch, too, man. I like their...
Oh, no, yeah, definitely. I mean, Vikings are very fun. I mean, honestly, that whole NFC North was fun to watch. I mean, that was by far in my opinion, that was by far the best division last year in football.
Then we just came up short, man.
I mean, to be a 14-win wild card is kind of absurd, though. It's kind of ridiculous.
And with the Lions, oh boy. But it's a new year. It's a new time.
The only requirement is like, okay, just make sure no one's videotaping. If they are, then don't post it on the internet. It's like,
That's where my brother worked for like a campaign one year. It's cool, man. Sounds like an interesting dude.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious though. I mean, also, Washington was a fun team to watch too with Jane Daniels and how he plays.
Sophomore year. Hopefully there's no sophomore slump.
Hopefully no sophomore slump. Yeah, exactly.
Caleb Williams too, man. It's gonna be a fun time. I really don't know what the year's gonna look like.
It's just gonna be so interesting to watch. I mean, there's so many
new offense under Ben Johnson.
Yeah, that's like so many stories. I mean, even here in Jacksonville with the Jags, like there's gonna be some storylines with that. Oh boy. Felipe flops an ace, but Gene has trips.
Gene will let him know.
I saw a clip yesterday.
Yeah, Gene will let him know real quick.
Yep.
Anthony Weiner, I remember that name from like 5 years ago.
10 on the turn.
He's like some New York politician who like got
Got the
caught
fade an ace here.
Now he went to prison. Now
Let's go check.
His campaign for office.
Does fade the ace. I think that's another. No, that's a 9 on the river. So yeah, Jack's trips are good for Gene. Gene slowly but surely climbing out of the hole. Looks like we got Will in the game now. Triple C. So one other players came through now.
I'm so overstimulated right now. What's that? So overstimulated.
It's nuts.
His name was Weiner? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The guy's name's Anthony.
It's hard to forget the allegations when that's
You don't
his
know
name.
Anthony Weiner?
No.
Might be too young.
I mean, it wasn't that long ago, was it?
It was probably like 7 years ago or something
like
like
6,
that.
7
Yeah.
years ago.
He married
running for president?
Kuma Abedi.
Well, let's go 70 into 3. Call.
I know the concept nowadays of like, hey, everyone makes mistakes, everyone deserves second chances. That seems to be the popular sentiment right now. But I might argue that sexting kids is whatever, you know, second chance.
Yeah, they're like having a renaissance. Yeah, they're destroying it. Yeah, listen to Covered in Chrome. Yeah.
Go. Two one. Button is good. Straddle. Carlos actually just moved house recently, and I was in an apartment for like 3 years, and me and my girlfriend got a place together, and now I have all this space. I got all the instruments out now, and it has been so nice, man. Dude, I'm trying to $3 full fold.
They're just on standby.
Yeah, I had my drum kit stacked up in my closet for 3 years, and now I got it out, man. I'm like, I feel like a free man again. It's
It's
so
a big
good.
deal when they're on standby. You play them like hundreds % more.
It's true.
My sax, I've never been in a situation where my saxophone was out on the wall, and I don't know, I visualized that for a while. The closest I've gotten was keeping it in the case, but like propped up with everything like ready to go.
Open, yeah.
And God, I practice it like so much more when it's just sitting there like that. So I know how that feels. And my keyboard, I just keep it on because it boots up. It takes like a minute to boot up. It's a nice, it's like a good, it's a powerful workstation.
Right.
And that's just standard. So I just keep it on so that if I feel like playing it, like
Jump right in.
it's right there next to my desktop.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
So I totally understand. Do you just play drums?
Raise 115.
Because you said instruments.
Yeah, well, I've got drums, guitar, bass, garage
Yeah,
band stuff.
nice.
You know what I mean? It's called the 7. Heads up.
You play drums the most?
You what?
You play drums the most?
I play it the most, but I wouldn't say it's the instrument I'm best at. It's just the one I enjoy playing the most, to be honest with you. It's so much fun. Like, I played guitar growing up, but I started playing drums and was like, this is the greatest thing ever. Why did I not do this? And this is so much fun. I played 75 and 8.
You play saxophone?
When I was like
Like good.
elementary school, middle school.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can see that.
But Rosie's got piano and stuff too, so put that there and everything.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad to hear you guys are still together. Dude,
You wanna
it's
buy
funny.
mine?
I just got my middle school saxophone back today.
Oh yeah?
So it's funny that you're telling me that now.
How'd you get it back?
Well, I let like one of my cousins borrow it, like one of my mom's friends' kids borrow it.
Yeah.
And now they're just, it was like middle school when they had it.
Right.
And it's just now getting back to me like 15 years later, but it's back, you know? There we go.
That's
I never doubted it for a second.
I got my saxophone from my cousin who used to play it, and then once I was done with it, passed it down to my guys.
Okay, it's a common narrative, maybe. Yeah.
And full.
I mean, dude, some of those instruments.
Nice golf, Felipe.
Heads up. Check it. 4. 50. And a full. Button moving. I don't know if you experience this, but I always think a problem. Thank you, man. Not even a problem, I guess, but like, I just always want to buy random instruments that I don't know how to play.
Oh, absolutely. I bought a chromatic harmonica like months ago, and I haven't played it yet.
What is that? What does that mean?
It's a harmonica that, like most harmonicas, play.
Single key scale.
Exactly. It's like, honestly, I don't know what the scale is. I think it's like 5-note scale, pentatonic scale. I'm not even sure about that, but yeah, no, it isn't. Okay, anyway,
That's a humbling
the chromatic one will play all 12. It's capable of playing all 12 notes, so you can play in any key.
That's pretty cool.
But when I got it, it was from Vegas, from a used shop in Vegas, and they had great reviews. But when I got it, things kind of tore up, and now I gotta I could have sent it back and tried to like manage that, but it was totally going to be a mess if I tried to like not own it. You know what I mean?
Are there buttons?
There's two. I think there's two triggers that you use.
Okay, so you like
to
switch.
maybe slide down and slide up a half step from everything. But I haven't tried it, so I don't know.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Don busted out, unfortunately. So, yeah, no giveaway tonight. Which is a shame, you know. I was actually going to enter that giveaway. See, it was my last stream.
I was definitely going to go in under an alias.
Yep. Since it was, you know, my last night on the live stream and everything, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and enter this giveaway. No, not the case, though. Not the case, though. So, yeah, no giveaway tonight. Unfortunately, Don busted out. So.
Yeah, probably one of the families used one of those.
I'll have to listen to it later.
You probably know it. So, yeah, this is cool.
Or at least be able to recognize it.
I really want to get a clarinet. I wouldn't know what the hell I was doing with it, but like, just want to take a stab at it.
Dude, as a woodwind player, I highly recommend you get a saxophone instead.
Really?
Personally, yeah. They like clear nuts are small and that's cool and everything.
30?
But they're so what's the word? They're so temperamental. Like you could be doing everything like 90% correctly, but if your finger is like slightly not covering a hole or something, it'll sound terrible. So easy. Saxophone is just easy.
Is it?
And it's, I don't know, it's not like a terribly different sound. It's no, to pick up and play, it's like it's totally the easiest instrument. It's like
the saxophone is the easiest instrument, you think?
It's pretty close to the easiest instrument, I think, to get like a decent mastery at. Like if you're trying to get like a 3.5 to 4 out of 10 mastery on an instrument, like saxophone is totally, it's like up there with recorder.
I would never have guessed that. Yeah. I just think about classical. I mean, saxophone's weird, isn't it? The history of it, but I just think about all those instruments.
Do you mind doing 10 black? Sure. Kind of like an awkward
full drum.
Or
I can give you
But
9.
good. Cello was always the one for me. Then that's the one I've like always wanted to. I had a friend who had a cello at one point. Got to like take a stab at it. So, but wish I had it.
Cello's sweet, man. There's some really good cello music out there. I have your phone number, don't I? Okay. I'm gonna text you my favorite cello. It goes so hard. It's a concerto. It's a concerto. No, it's this chick playing a concerto, and like, it's like, it's so good. I'm actually, it's Dvorak.
I've heard the name, yeah.
Anyway, I'll send it to you because I'm getting pretty deep into it. Oh.
Do it. Straddle? Yeah. Straddle's good.
My girl and I are watching Star Wars down right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Have you seen Star Wars? Oh, yeah. You haven't seen Indiana
Is
Jones?
that what you're saying?
I'm
Crazy to randomly
5 and the 9 fold.
I don't know, I saw a commercial.
A lot of memes going around. Raised. 205.
All right, but back to the action here again. Got a couple pocket pairs here. Luke, bump it up to 205 with the 3-bet. Pocket 10s. Carlos letting go of ace 4. David here with pocket 5. So again, had a good start, but kind of giving a little bit back here.
Was that a bluff?
He is going to fold. Hey, Carlos says, was that a bluff?
Wired you $500.
I'd 10s.
Probably going to 10s right there.
If you fully committed, you might have gotten me off it by the end.
If I go that far with it, I don't even know. I guess it depends.
Yeah, and just a reminder, though, don't forget, coming up June 5th through the 15th, Poker Atlas Tour happening at Best Bet St. Augustine. Over $300K in prize pool guarantees for those tournaments. 7 different poker events that's going to be taking place there.
Had to try.
It was pretty fun last year from what I heard as far as who all participated in that tournament series. So definitely expect more of that. As always, guys, check out the website, bestbetjacks.com for all the details. when it comes to promotions, tournaments, live stream schedule, much more. It's all there on the website. And then just a reminder, don't forget, in June, the live stream schedule is changing up a little bit. It will only be Fridays and Saturdays for the month of June that the live streams will be happening. David does flop top pair, top for David.
Oh boy.
Check. All in. I'm good. Thank you.
Also, again, guys, don't forget some promotions happening in all 3 locations tonight till midnight. Of course, $1,000 high hands going every 30 minutes. All 3 locations.
No straddles.
And then, of course, the Clockwork Cash giveaway happening for our table games, which is 300 every 15 minutes. Basically, a lucky seat draw. As always, guys, again, you can check out the website, bestbetjacks.com. All right, Luke, you gotta let other people wake up with some ladies, you know? You got pocket queens again, but no action this time. Just gonna go ahead and just collect the dead money.
Girlfriend's little brother is not musically inclined. Well, you know, he sings well. Like, he's like 13 now, but last Christmas I got him a melodica. Hasn't had much to do with music otherwise. He was fucking playing that thing all day. His mom texts me like, "Why did you get him this fucking?" This is nobody would have expected this outcome. So that was a good thing for my life. That's cool. It was like It was $50. It's not bad. Melodica.
It's like a good entry level kind of thing too.
It's like a small keyboard instrument. 20. It's a small keyboard instrument that you blow into when you paint it.
Harmonica.
A melodica.
I know that one.
All right, got a mystery hand here. Pocket nines versus mystery hand. And it's a jack, deuce, deuce flop.
Like organ that comes out of your mouth. And there's like a keyboard on the side of it.
Okay.
Check.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Blow into it.
Gene gonna go ahead and bet. Oh, excuse me, he calls after Carlos bets.
Check.
10 on the turn. It's not terrible for nines right now at the moment. Carlos, of course, the mystery hand though. Gene checks it over to Carlos again, goes ahead and bets 55, it looks like. Gene gonna call it. Stringing him along. Oh, a queen on the river.
Check.
Broadway does get there, so if Carlos is playing ace-king, he was the pre-flop raiser. He does bet 100 here, and Gene is going to fold and let it go.
Yeah, all right. Appreciate that. It is time for a bomb pot if you guys want to do a bomb pot.
I think it has like little miniature reeds in it. I don't know what a reed is because you play soccer. You know that. And you get like a reedy sound. You For articulation.
I'm pretty sure
All right, bomb pot time. Means we'll show stats real quick before we keep things going. We'll show the earnings this time first. Yeah, Luke's still your big winner. David back up over 4 digits for him. Carson up 757. Will just joined the game. Only kind of stuck the straddle in the blinds right now for him. And then, yeah, Gene's still the one that's the most stuck at the table. He's definitely trying, but it's just not really working out for him right now at the moment. And then here's a look at the V-pips. This again.
Thought I played in this for cross.
Hit the halfway point here on our live stream. We are trying to go to 9, but you know, we'll see what happens as the game progressing here.
No, it was brass. Trumpet and euphonium.
What was the second one?
Euphonium.
It's like a small tuba.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to 150.
Oh, I got some pocket pairs in this flop. Pocket jacks for Gene. Pocket 10s for Carlos. Right now, it's the flush draw, or flush for Felipe, and a pair of 5s. And he also does have a backdoor to diamonds on the top board. But honestly, really considering the fact that he has all those diamonds already on the bottom board, it could be unlikely that it's a diamond run out up top, especially in a bomb pot here. So right now, Felipe, again, flush on the bottom, pair of 5s up top. Gene, I guess, technically would be in the lead for the top board. Carlos calls pocket 10s. A little out of there. So Gene bet the 150. Felipe and Carlos do call. Oh, wow. Wow. Felipe has a headlock on this board. Turns, trips up top along with the flush on the bottom. And this is not good. This is not good at all for Gene and Carlos. And looks like Gene is all in. Oh, man. And now Felipe gonna rejam over the top. And Carlos is like, well, this sucks. Let it go. Let it go. Actually, I better watch that. I might get the stream flagged. He does let it go. Does fold. All right, yep. So here we go. It's a 6 on the river and a 7 on the river and bottom. Yeah, Felipe scooping this up. Ugh. Felipe, again, flopping the flush and then turning trips on the top. And that might be the end of Gene's night. That's a brutal, brutal way to go out.
Take care.
Yeah, man. Tough, tough, tough.
Nice hand.
Nice hand. Sick turn.
Sick flop and sick turn.
All right, guys, we're going to be looking at
Words.
one big blind only. One big blind only.
I don't know if I can full flop, but maybe I can.
You're just going to be my solo big blind, brother.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. I think he played very well.
5 to go.
Right.
Fold one, fold one.
That was okay, but we were
20 bucks.
like, probably supposed to have diamonds.
Well, on the flop, like, the old guy,
Heads up.
All right, heads up here. 10 deuce deuce flop. Carlos is queen 9 in the lead. Let's go check, check. Now an ace on the turn. I don't think anyone. Now Will going to go ahead and bet, and does get Carlos a fold. So Will taking a stab at it. Gets the bluff through.
No, that's a huge. That's like that was a huge part of putting on. All I know is that guy has not done many aggressive actions this entire time.
It's kind of gross for Jacks. I didn't see you get it down.
No, it was blackjacks.
It's like
4% game ain't playing big enough for Dom. I mean, I guess, yeah, that's fair. I mean, like I said, they were playing 2-5 and they had a mandatory straddle going on for a while. Sure, if the game became 5-10 at that point or whatever, maybe Don would have stayed around. But again, it's kind of a tough lineup. You know, also kind of tough with the fact that, you know, a lot of these players did sign up for 10-25, but most of them, you know, didn't end up showing up. So we had to change it to being a 2-5 game, and then you get players in there that hears that, you know, it's a 2-5 live stream now, and they want to play that. Maybe didn't necessarily have a bankroll or anything like that to make it a 5-10 in that spot or whatever. So it's always kind of tricky when we have to change the game around to try to make sure there is a live stream going. Always makes it a little tougher than normal. Oh, Carlos, pocket aces here, and top pair for Luke on this flop. The pair of 10s. Also those 2 trays. Well, now we boat up. Ace is full. Ace is full of trays for Carlos. Queen on the river.
beat King Jack. Longer beat King
Boston, what's up, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for hanging out.
25 and 6.
Probably.
Somebody watching like a dog video on their.
This guy. My bad. Who's that in Vegas? He's getting beat up.
You want me to put the fake pumpkin in the back?
Any pumpkins back here?
Kind of curious about that. I'm like, thought I was hearing somebody watching a dog video. That was interesting.
I mean, we didn't see the black, so that was a lie.
Yeah. Now.
Yeah, that was earlier. Straddle.
That's good. Straddle 10 to go.
On to the next hand here. It's going to be, like I said, 6-handed for a little bit. Hopefully we can get some more players to swing by the live stream, so we still have a couple hours left.
60 in the ball.
But, you know, we'll see how things kind of shape out here. Carlos puts in the raise, but it's going to be a raise and take here for Carlos.
Yeah, we're opening 9 deuce, but then we limp sometimes. Like, what is that? What is that
You
going to
never
be?
know. You never know.
9 deuce offsuit. Oh, Lord.
Get a fish in the straddle.
Boston said if I wasn't working, I'd hop on. Well, definitely would welcome it. I can tell you one thing, you'd have the highest VPIP at this table, Boston.
Time to go.
Again, appreciate you guys being hanging out with us. So, like what you're watching, like what you're seeing, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that bell notification whenever we do go live. Well, you never miss any of the action. It's a king high flop here. Will's sevens are in the lead, but Luke's going to go ahead and bet 40. Will with a pair of sevens. I wonder if he'll call just. Or not. I mean, king high flop, it's not the greatest flop for sevens with 2 overcards there on the flop, but he is going to go ahead and put in a call. 9 on a turn. Now things get a little dicey here. Queen Jack gets there on that turn, and Luke going to check it.
Carson. I have a golden idea. Go start a stream of somebody watching somebody playing video games. Okay. And it's just you.
Just watching
Just
An 8 on the river.
You're committed. You're in there. You're like
It's a 4-liner out there. It does complete a straight for Will now.
Live, it's like, is this guy really exists? And people tune in, you know, they sub and everything. They come check in on you.
Luke going to go ahead and bet.
I'm watching my brother.
That's
playing.
40 here.
We have a dynasty league in college ball. And he's currently losing to a computer.
Oh.
Which is not normal.
See, on World Class.
Will does put in the call, or is that a raise?
I don't know if I used
Yeah, it's a raise by Will, and Luke immediately lets it go. So Will does scoop this one up.
So you can really just start the computer even if it's in high game.
I don't know.
But
It's on. Not on FIFA, dude.
he's
You gotta be freaking good.
gonna lose this game.
Do you ever play FIFA?
I used to, but I wasn't very good.
Do you have a PS5?
No, I have an Xbox.
I played so many hours of FIFA. It got me through like my depression in college. My undergrad depression, like FIFA was the answer. And Angry Birds.
What's getting you? What's getting you through the depression of poker?
Oh,
That's right. Full 8-9. Nothing. Full there. Right? Just to
I'm not getting through it. I don't know. Oh, do you want to chop it?
you guys. Like it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I played, I don't know. It's got to be thousands and thousands of games. I think on one game I had like 7,000 matches. So FIFA's 16.
Oh, dude, that's when I was grinding.
Really?
Yeah.
We might have played online together. Never know.
Decent chance. I used to. We didn't play like online, like online like seasons.
Yeah.
You do.
Does,
I was Division 1 for a few years.
does Cup Dynasty 91 ring any bells? No, I'm just kidding. I just made that up. It just,
Actually,
I think I was McRib or Mott Pounding this morning.
I was always cost doggy nuts.
I feel like I remember that.
Hey, Boston, I'm just stepping back into the room just a minute ago. Welcome to the chat. I know you've been conversing with the fellers.
Yeah.
Boston's had a couple of decent nights with us the last couple of nights.
It's an okay weekend for him. It's an okay weekend for him. I just hope, now he has enough to cover that bald spot of his.
Oh, man.
I'm kidding, Boston. Felipe, pocket eights for him in this hand.
Carson, have you ever played PLO with Offmode? I think he's one of the few.
Oh, wow. David put in the raise. Felipe calls with the 8s. And it is a king high flop. King 10 6. So king for David.
That's pretty annoying.
It's a wild thing about this game. You can have the best hand till the flop comes out.
Yep.
You keep track of your range.
And now Felipe putting in a check raise on David.
I mentally know where I'm at roughly within a few grand, but I really should be, but I just found that like
It's going to actually work. Gets David to fold the best hand. Nice bluff by Felipe with that check raise.
I start to overemphasize short-term results. I find that I'm happier when I'm not.
I totally understand. Someone told me, like, I was going through downswing and someone was like, when down, zoom out. Sure enough, I did. I was like, okay, you know what,
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
It's not
I think that is like one of the few cases where I find it helpful. Like I guess now, actually I don't know if I should say this out loud because I might jinx myself.
All right, Carlos putting in a raise to pocket 4s with raise at 35. Felipe calling with ace-jack suited. Pretty good hand. Luke in there at 8-7 suited. So we got a pocket pair and some suited hands. Let's go ahead and see the flop. What does Jacob put out here? Oh, it's a great flop for Felipe. Trips.
Sure is.
And Luke hits a 7. Oh, boy. Felipe going to bet 50. Probably going to be fold, though, yeah. Felipe fires out a bet. Luke and Carlos getting out of there. Going to be the end of that one. Fortunately, just a lot of bet and take right now. Seen a few hands that was a bloodbath as far as you know, some max pain.
For sure. A couple of them over 1K.
Yeah, I think while you were out, there was a 3K pot that happened too. Between Don and David, I want to say there was one there. Before Don busted out. Again, just a reminder, if you're looking for something to do tonight, don't forget $1,000 high hands every 30 minutes. Go until midnight tonight. Shared promotion between 3 rooms. So you could be here at our Jack's location, you could be over at Orange Park, or you could be down in St. Augustine. Try to get one of those high hands. Also, the Clockwork Cash giveaway happening for our table games, which is 300 every 15 minutes going until midnight tonight as well.
And I think they're doing that at all 3 rooms, too, aren't
yes,
they?
they are. And that one's not a shared promotion. That's just
that's
like
just
its own
room.
individual thing at each room. Take a look at what we got going on today as far as tables go. Let's see, 18, 21, 22, 26. Got 29 tables going in our room tonight at this moment. So 29 tables in total. Orange Park has 7 tables going, and St. Aug with 5 tables going. So a few different games happening at each one. You know, if you're looking for more of the 1-3 game that's down in St. Aug, that's its staple game. 1-3 no hold 'em with the bomb pots. Looks like there's a 2-5 game going on down there too. Over at OP, quite a few 2-2 games that's up and running, as well as a couple 2-5s and also a PLO that's happening over there. Yeah, lots of different games happening. A lot of limit games happening in our room. Got 4 3-6 limit games going, as well as 3 stud tables. As always, you can check out the website. bestbetjacks.com has all that information you need to know. All right, Carlos has this locked up. Don't take this one down.
Games that ended up being one of my like top 5.
That's going to be the end of that one. Keep it moving along.
Where did it go to?
I never would have played that game if I didn't. So, and I wouldn't have made that much if I grinded 2-5.
My first 10-25 game, I bought it for. I sold 25%. And won 12K. I was like, oh, that blows. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. Raise.
Raised to 10. Full 3-4. Full.
Actually, I had a good hand too. I really felt bad.
Oh yeah.
Buddy.
My first 10-25, I thought was gonna be a 5.
Had a raise to 10, fold. Moving on to the next hand.
Dude, it was so. I got brutalized, and then Jimmy smoked me on my last hand. It was rough.
Brutalized.
Jimmy's
3K, 10-25.
Okay.
Not that much.
It was more about the morale.
Okay, you know what? I'm trying to remember why I said that because there's a reason.
I know you.
There was one hand. I'm thinking of 2 different sessions now.
You can get brutalized while also not losing a ton of money in terms of big blinds. In my what it feels like everyone's taking on.
From this particular session, I just remember somebody like I had aces and someone 5-bet like 6-4 suited, and I lost half the pot, or I lost half the pot after I flopped him like to 1%, and then he went rough like check, and I was already having a bad day, you know. I was like, all right, finally just got 1%. I can finally get some money back and get going. Play like a regular strat. Like I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Playing short, and then and then runner. He's like, sorry man. Like, no, you're not, dude. No, you're not.
You should have taken the bait.
Go fishing.
6 is back in. He's traveling right here. He had this one too. Huh? No, he tried traveling off your outpost.
You straddle?
That's traveling.
Can I straddle?
No. You can straddle my same.
How would you?
6 is out.
On the time rate? No, I'm
Oh, you're right. Where's that?
on the time rate.
No time rate.
Huh?
It's a 2-5 game.
I know. I said on the time rate. You can straddle.
Yeah. Auto it and then buttons and 9 and then straddle 4. Fold it.
Felipe, you have more than one pair of those Gucci sunglasses, aren't you?
40 and then I fold one.
This is my only pair.
It's your only pair?
I
I swear I see another pair.
got a lot of sunglasses.
Oh.
But it's a different brand.
Oh, it's a different brand.
Oh, they look like this.
6 is in, but he's traveling.
One play? Is it cool?
No, it's so cool.
The
Bittersweet Symphony?
The
No.
Verve. That's the name of the band that sings that song.
What is it?
The Verve.
Yeah, that is it. It does sound like Coldplay.
They're
10 to go. Hold it now.
Hey, K-Mill, sorry about the, I'm not sure when that came through. I had to step away for just a moment. In the 1-5 stud game, I believe it's a min $40 buy-in. No max as far as I know. As far as each street, I could not tell you. I don't get over there that frequently, but I can try to find out for you.
My music knowledge is slightly better than my movie knowledge. Still, neither one is elite.
Not seeing Indiana Jones. I mean, you can't
I
you
have
can't get
seen-
much worse.
I have seen Indiana Jones. I just wanted to make sure I understood correctly. It just took me a few tries.
It's a thin bet. That's all. That's all it was.
What?
Turn the volume down on the song. They're probably like, turn
$30 in the 9. Fold 1. Fold 3, 4. 30 to go. Call. Then fold.
Hey, Carlos, you play PLO now a lot? Check. Is it better, you think? Better than mobile?
Like the game itself?
Just like grinding it, you think it's
Oh, yeah, that's way better.
way better?
In my opinion.
All right, ace of spades on the turn.
I gave it like 3 months.
King 6, king 8. Will's got 2 pair.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess they both have 2 pair with the 10s on the board.
Vastly different game. I'm surprised all the time. The things I realize and learn.
It's weird. It's like annoying. From when I played it, it feels way more boring than nobody holding.
Oh, yeah?
People think it's like action and crazy, but it felt more mechanical.
I don't.
Just how a lot of people play it, I guess, is action crazy.
And they do
if
go
you're
ahead
gonna
and
be,
chop
good
it up.
at
It's boring.
You should, yeah.
And I say this as someone who sucks at PLO, so maybe you're not on the same level. Like maybe you're a better PLO player than me, but my mind's blank when I'm playing PLO because I don't even know like how to interpret different actions. Yeah, like, is it like, oh, are they strong here? Are they weak here? I don't even know where to start with all of it. So it feels boring to me too, in a way, because like at least with Hold'em I know how to like think spots through a little bit.
That makes sense.
It's just you gotta make big hands to scoop these big ass pots and feel.
That's true.
But maybe not.
Then to go. Fold 1, fold 3. 4.
It's complicated. in my
That
opinion.
folds around. Straddle takes it. David with the +7.
Game selection's pretty important, though. That's for sure.
Big hand.
You don't want like an EDS table. You just want
Well, yeah, you never want that, and you ideally want to find someone who overvalues their hands. Like Carlos. That'll help you out a lot.
Yeah, well, it feels like the game seems really slow when people are nitty, especially.
Yeah.
10 to go. Fold 3. 25 and 6.
Yeah, for sure.
Fold 8. Call 9. 25 person.
One issue is like if there's not like people who are motivated to raise before the flop, you end up going like 6 ways and 7 ways, with like so much, like the SPR so much that like people are just like not like nobody gets like the value that they should be getting from their hand, right? Partially because like you have 7 other actors in the pot and like bluffs just don't happen organically at all ever, because who wants to try to bluff 7 people, you know what I mean?
What's your
That's the easy one.
what's your like stack size? Is it like 100 bigs or less?
Lately I've
Who drinks cocktails, anyone?
playing a lot deeper, like
Who drinks cocktails?
I don't know, it depends on the table. Sometimes I'll buy in short stack because I just want like, I don't want to think.
10 to go.
And sometimes I'll buy in really deep because like certain persons at the table or whatever.
Like when I'm at the table, we like to find deep.
You probably just want to play like a regular stack
35.
so that you like kind of get some structure to your strategy.
Is there
Shit, ain't no strategy.
Especially 1-2 here is bingo.
Ain't that shit bingo.
Alright, guys, this is my time. Y'all got to come back here.
Yeah, 5-5.
Take it from him or take it from me.
5-5 is a better. You get a better. That's a strategy game. But 1-2 is that shit bingo.
Probably still win one.
Yeah, that shit fake bingo. You can stack size all you got now.
I mean, if you're deep with somebody and you...
All right. Got Theo coming back into the box. We're going to take a quick look at our stats here.
Yeah, let's see. Will, 35% VPIP. Just joined the game a little bit ago, too. So we're still six-handed. Carson and Felipe below 20%. And then we'll take a look at those earnings real quick. Still Luke now. Yeah, Luke's still up the most. David's up a bit. Felipe's up a bit as well. Carson's up 782. Carlos, the only one right now stuck at the table. Yeah, we're trying to hold on as long as we can, but it's looking a little tough right now at the moment, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, this might be an early night for us. We'll see, though. Let's see if we can get some players here before the stream does end. Ace trade top board, Queen 10-5 bottom. See flush draw for Luke on the top board. So I'm going to go ahead and check. Carson now with the queen on both boards. So let's see here. Felipe open-ended on the bottom board, and he's also got a gutter up top. But it's going to be Carson taking it down, having a queen on both boards. Let me take a look. Let me see what we got coming up for next week for you guys as far as the live streams go. Again, just a reminder, by the way, don't forget, live stream schedule is changing in the month of June. It is only going to be Friday, Saturday for the live streams. Still same start times. 6 o'clock start time for the Friday live streams. 4 o'clock start for the Saturday live streams.
And if you'd like to join in, make sure you let us know about it. Come on out. Even if you're not high up on the list.
Yeah.
Like tonight's a perfect example. Even if you're in the room and want a shot at getting in, come on out, enjoy a couple of games, and see what happens.
Yep, absolutely. So, yeah, next week it's a 2-2 Friday night. 6 o'clock start time for that one. 2-2 deep stack. And then on the Saturday the 7th will be a 2-5 live stream. That will get going at 4 o'clock as well. But, yeah, that June schedule is up on the website. And, again, you can sign up for one of those games directly on the website as well.
I mean, what else are you going to do on a Saturday? Come on.
Especially in Jacksonville.
Oh, Felipe's acting like he doesn't know how to play.
I know you don't play. Oh, no.
I would imagine it'd be much more profitable to be.
All right, so let's go ahead and get to the next hand here.
That's what I was going to get to. If you're in the upper echelon of PLO players versus Forum players, I think you have more potential where you raise 30, contrary to what he thinks.
There is.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the flop here. Ace, Queen, 9, 2 diamonds. Ace for Carlos.
But I think the amount is lower than a hold-up. Even if your edge is super high, like, there's only so much money to be made in 2-5 streets, whereas like PLO, if you're crushing those games and running well, you
Bet that ace, and everybody said, okay, go ahead. All you.
Dead, like, it's over, it's killed.
yeah.
Yeah, very rare. Everybody friends.
Heads up.
All right, heads up here with Carson, Felipe. Two of the big winners tonight. King high flop, King 7 deuce, rainbow.
Everybody friends and roommates.
Felipe with confidence in his 9s.
8 on the turn does give a few more outs now for Carson. Has a gutter along with trying to hit either a jack or a 10.
Felipe holding 2 of the 9s he needs for that straight, though.
Yes. But Carson's going to get it through. Carson gets the bluff.
Because I always get like blockers.
Would you say that was an example of playing as if you had the hand you want?
Yeah. He's definitely trying to rep,
Probably
repping the fact that he got the straight there. Plus, I mean, that board ended up not being super great for 9s.
But he plays OC a lot.
I don't know the first thing about it, but I saw someone post that a couple of days ago, and you were talking about it.
Is also like a potential like raise 35, but person to be like mentioned. I don't know how much he loses when he loses.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's hard to.
He wins a lot when he wins, but like I know he loses a lot when he loses. You know what I mean? Like so, it's hard to tell.
You leaving?
He might be
raise 130.
He might be that.
It's
guy.
like David putting in the raise to 130
This game is so.
after Luke put in the initial raise, but David going to take this one down. Oh, yeah, it looks like Carson's beginning to rack up too. Yeah, it looks like this game is going to be dying down, unfortunately. Unfortunately, it looks like an early Saturday night for everybody. I think once Carson racks up here, it's going to make it 5-handed. One of these players are not going to want to play 5-handed. They'll begin to rack up as well. I think see the writing on the wall on this one.
Time to break the game now that Carson's leading.
Yep.
The mark's gone.
Yep, Carson gone, yep.
You got B in that, yeah?
So there was a straw?
The intention was to straddle, yes. Let's just.
It was a little late, man.
Yeah.
Sorry to do it to you.
No worries.
Heads up, guys.
A little late on the straddle there. 10 high flop for Luke.
10 bucks. And a call. Check it.
Each of them looking at a pair at the moment, but neither very high. One with a high pair, the other with the mid pair.
Oh, yeah, now I see Felipe getting ready to rack up here, too. Candyman Joe asking, is this your swan song? Yes, this is my last shift on the live stream. And, yeah, I think this one's actually kind of done, actually, now. We'll see. See if they do one more hand or something like that.
All right, guys. We're going to do the final 3 hands of the night. Final 3 hands of the night, I guess.
Are they breaking us?
I guess so.
I try to hang out.
I know. You did your best.
I'm leaving soon.
Yeah.
We asked you guys not to be boring. And
Yeah, kind of hard to do a cash game 4-handed like this. So looks like, unfortunately, we're going to go ahead and call it here, it looks like.
All the bomb pots. Yeah, if we turn this into a bomb pot, a Pilo bomb pot game, I bet we'll get some folds. Double board.
Looking good.
I bet if we went out and tried to recruit some people
Yeah,
into
that's how we normally used to do.
We show them the parking lot. Do it there.
Yeah, I think we got
I know.
I think 1 hand left here.
They probably somewhere else playing.
I have an absurd
Looks
amount
like
of
it.
chips in my fanny because I caught
Yeah.
Yeah.
Card's right over there, buddy.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, it looks like final hand here, actually. We'll just wrap this up, unfortunately. Yeah, like I said, once we get to 4 players, kind of hard to run a live stream 4-handed. We try to recruit players, try to get some players in earlier. It just unfortunately didn't work out.
2% of your bet every time.
And that's yeah, that's gonna go ahead and be it.
Yeah, I feel like we might.
All right, yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. I guess I mean it's 4 players left. We can go and show stats, I guess. Yeah, there's the V pips there. Not a lot again. 28% for Luke. I mean, David was like a big winner. Was up. Carson also a big winner as well. We'll show the earnings real quick too, and then yeah, Luke also walking away your big winner. Yeah, he said David up there 904. Carson ended up being a big winner. Unfortunately for Carlos, ends up being stuck for tonight, but
Yeah.
that is going to be.
He's not alone though. Don had a.
Yeah, Don busted out early. Same with Gene. That's kind of the way things. Unfortunately, wrap up for tonight. Hate it when we have to end the stream a little early like this and everything, but yeah, unfortunately, just weren't able to continue the game going. Kind of hard, when the game was supposed to be like a higher stake game, 10-25.
Right.
Have to make some adjustments, make it a 5-10, and usually when we try to do that, everything, the game ends up breaking early anyway because a lot of people weren't planning on playing live stream, and now the opportunity comes and stuff like that. So it is what it is, unfortunately.
Got a couple hours of.
Yeah, I mean, still got 3 hours. So, I mean, but yeah, I always hate it when we have to end the stream early, but unfortunately in this case, yeah, that's going to be it. But that's going to be it for tonight. Appreciate you guys.
Ryan, before we actually get going, good luck to you.
Oh, thank you.
All of
Thank
your
you.
adventures.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And, yeah, we're going to be sad to see you go, but definitely wish you all the luck, all the good fortune.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that. But yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. For your dealers tonight, Jacob and Theo, who Jacob's going to tell me don't talk for himself, but for your dealers, Jacob and Theo, and for Mike Amberson, who's going to be taking over the production side of things with the live stream, and for Adonis that was here with us earlier. My name is Ryan, also known as Country. See y'all next time. Till then, y'all take care. Be easy. Thanks for watching. Thanks again for everything, guys.